Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Ass Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
Oh, boy. Welcome to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Welcome to Monday. Kiss my ass. What's up, Cubby?
Oh, not too much.
Are you pissed?
No. I mean, I could be talked into it, I guess. Just for some camaraderie around here, if you'd like me to be upset about something.
Do you hate Mondays?
No, I'm fine with, when I was a kid, like in school, I did. You just were pretty miserable. The weekend was over. Actually, you know what? Sundays were almost worse than Mondays. The anticipation of, having to get homework done. You're going, well, in my case, we had to go to church, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Sundays were worse than Mondays.
Gotta do my homework.
I like the song.
God. Did you ever do
Monday?
that on Sundays when you were a kid? Did you ever go,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys know my least favorite day of the week is Friday.
Yeah. You hate Fridays.
Because we got to wait the whole weekend to get back to Monday.
Right.
But that song, Manic Monday, I never quite understood when they said Sunday's my fun day, because Sunday I was probably way more miserable than I was at any Monday growing up. Do you hate Mondays?
I hate every day.
That's a great attitude.
I feel you there.
Yeah, I think
There's like a motto that we say around here.
each day is better than the next.
Yeah, or...
That's our motto.
I also like the one where, how's your day? Well, little worse than yesterday, but better than tomorrow.
Right.
That's a good one, too.
I hate all days. Well, the reason I was asking you about Monday, I just read that if you're the type of person that hates Mondays, the torture never stops, which was an old Wasp song, I believe, from the soundtrack to the movie. It was kind of a ripoff of Gremlins. What were they called? Do you remember this one? Mid to late 80s, Josh. They were. I'm totally going to ruin the topic here by going. There was they were little characters that got into your toilet.
Ghoulies.
Oh, I never saw Ghoulies.
I think I have that right. A Wasp made a song called "The Torture Never Stops." I believe it was on the Ghoulies. Anyway, the reason I was asking you about Mondays, it says here, if you hate them now, you'll continue to hate them even after you retire.
Oh, great.
I don't know. I don't really get that.
Well, it
I know
says
they're
here.
complicated about cortisol issues and or levels and all that kind of stuff in this thing. But I know some retired people that don't even know what day it is.
Right. At least that's what they lead you to believe. Maybe that's all just a cover. Because you're right. All the retired people that I know, they love to make the same joke. I don't even know what day it is.
My parents are retired, and they definitely don't like Mondays either.
For what reason?
Just, the weekend fun is over, just like everybody else. You did some fun stuff over the weekend. And, yeah, when you're retired, you can go do what you want, but still you don't have necessarily maybe all the people or folks to get around to go together with.
They find themselves alone on Mondays because everyone else has to go back to work.
Yep, there it is.
All right, Josh is right. This is some wacky-ass research where they pulled hairs out of everybody's head, and then they measured the cortisol levels in their hair. Cortisol, whatever it is a measure of your stress. Blah, blah, this, that. What they came up with is that even after you retire, you've spent most of your life stressing about work, school, the start of a new week, Monday, and apparently it's tough to shake, so there's a good chance if you hate Mondays now. Oh, sorry, the Wasp song was Scream Until You Like It from the Ghoulies soundtrack, not The Torture Never Stops. Appreciate you 80s metal people straightening me out. So there's a chance if you hate Mondays now, you'll hate them until the day that you drop dead.
Great.
I bet you hate them quite a bit less, though.
Yeah, one of them.
You're retired.
One of the main reasons is that I'm back to waking up early. Like that's one of the biggest reasons why I hate them. So
Yeah, I think you're right. If we're ever able to retire, if I wake up my normal, hopefully noon on a Monday, it's not going to be as bad as it would be this week.
Mondays, I'll tell you what, some of you can't stand it. I spread the hate around to all 7 days of the week.
That's smart.
Josh was telling us off air he's got something exciting going on today. Someone's coming over to build a shed on your property. I'm excited for you because I had a lot of fun with that process. It's always fun to watch someone else build something for you.
In a way,
a shed is so useful. I love sheds. I love having one on my property. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. It's been a long time. We pay for storage. We've got the kids that have moved out. We got some of their stuff, whatever, and it just ended up being cheaper to get a shed.
Wait a minute. You had to build this shed to shelter other people's property?
That's part of it, yeah.
Oh, what a nightmare.
That's a little over half of it, yeah.
What?
But I've always wanted one, and now I'm a real suburbanite.
Yeah.
Finally, after all these years.
You had to build a shed because your stepkids can't hang on to their own stuff?
Well, it's primarily one. As a matter of fact, it's exclusively one.
What kind of stuff is in there? I mean, if you off the top of your head, that it's so important, but they don't need right now, but they might need in the future?
Yeah, would they mind if we come...
Go ahead.
Would they mind if we come over and go through everything?
We've done that.
Do storage wars?
And they're moving
Hey, look, a dildo.
They're moving into a house soon enough, and I can't wait to drop a lot of this stuff off.
Oh, I bet.
Whose
Probably
dildo is this?
There's not a dildo in there.
my parents had so much fun with that. It was when I moved back over to Minnesota from Wisconsin, my mom and dad took advantage of the fact that I still had stuff at their house. And they loaded up a trailer with everything
said, hey,
I left there.
I love that. And said, this is no longer our problem. You're a grown person now. Get your stuff out of here.
It hurt a little bit because some of the stuff was from my childhood, like art projects and stuff. I thought, don't you want to keep some of this?
No, they don't.
They're like, do you?
They don't care about your stuff.
They didn't like it the first time you brought it home, and they definitely didn't like it 20 years later, actually.
That is very interesting. Like, hey, do you want this back? No, not at all. Well, do you mind if we chuck it? Well, why would you ever chuck something like that?
Don't you love me?
That is very interesting, that line of thinking.
Well,
Now, a few people, fellow shed folks are texting in saying, welcome to the club.
yeah, it's fun to have a shed.
Always want one. Wish I knew how to build one.
Who cares if
I'll
you don't know?
creepily stare at these guys from the window.
That's what I did. Gonna be a hot day today, too, so...
Oh, this is a bad shed day.
Make sure you really make your presence known from inside the air-conditioned house.
with a big, tall, like lemonade or Gatorade full of ice.
Hey, you put a hooded. Well, you always wear a hoodie. Make sure you got a hooded sweatshirt on with the hood up. Because you're just so chilly from the air conditioning.
Yeah, I'll just talk to him through the window. Be like, guys, it's too hot for me to get out there. So if you need anything, just knock on the window.
No, you don't even open the window to yell out to them. You call them on their phone with the windows closed.
I was telling Smashley and Josh the first time I had a shed built for me, and hopefully, Josh, you get to experience this as well. Hopefully, this first shed being built on your property one day is absolutely destroyed by a fallen tree. Hopefully, you get
weeks
to go.
after I get it.
Well, I think I made it. I don't know. I think my first shed made it maybe a year before a giant tree came down and popped it like a zit on prom night. Just just destroyed.
There are a couple big trees by it.
And then these guys had to come back and do it again. But I was telling Smashley and Josh about the first shed that was built on my property. It was also built on a really hot day like today is supposed to be. And I stared at the workers from my air-conditioned home, at least through half of the job. But I was telling them about how much I enjoyed this crew that came over. I swear to God, there's no chance any of there was three guys building I don't know how big the shed is. I have a lot of problems sometimes answering questions about my personal property. Like when
That was funny. Yeah, off air, you asked me, well, how big is it going to be? And it's going to be 12 by 12. And I said, is yours about the same size? The sales guy's like, this is probably the most popular size we sell.
Yeah.
And you're like, I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought you were going to come. I thought maybe we'd have the exact same size with
We probably do. I have trouble answering questions about my belongings. Specifically, when people will ask, how many acres do you have? I don't know. Why would I know that?
Yeah.
Because you bought the property.
I don't know. It's sort of big. It's not, but it's not large. I don't know, and I don't care how many acres. How big is your shed? I don't know. Big enough to put a lawnmower in there.
Yeah, it's a shed. I don't know.
I don't know these things. So, but I really got a kick out of these guys that came over to build my first shed. It was hotter than hell that day. Not a one of these three kids was 21 years old. No chance. No chance. He's like, we're fresh out of high school kids. And I got to admit, when I first saw him, I was like, wait a minute. This is the crew that's going to... They were all skinny as a rail. Looked like none of them had eaten in weeks. And none of them had a shirt on as they walk up on my property. And I thought to myself, this is the hotter than hell. They took twice the cigarette breaks that they did compared to water breaks. Even though it was 100 degrees out, they just kept burning heaters. They would duck under a tree every 20 minutes and smoke a cigarette to get out of the sun and maybe have a little bit of water. And I was telling myself, well, this is going to be a disaster. They were friggin' mesmerizing. They were so fast and so good at what they were doing. But I'm guessing they had done this 1,000 times since they got out of high school, which was about 2 weeks prior to when they came. It was just, they just flew through it. I couldn't believe how fast it was, and it turned out beautiful. But again, that tree destroyed it, and they had to start all over again. So hopefully you get an entertaining crew like that.
Yeah,
Josh.
I hope so, too. I'm really looking forward to it.
Hey, you always like to do nice things when workers come to your house, and workers, as we all know, are constantly at your house.
Pretty much.
Stop and buy a carton of cigarettes on the way home.
Honestly.
Yeah.
What if one guy just realized he's finally done smoking, though?
Well,
What if he quit?
Then the rest of them can take the cigarette.
More cigarettes for the others.
Maybe I'll see if there's a request before I do something like that.
I think that'd be fun because usually you go out and get them some lunch or you get them some Gatorades. Bring back a carton of smokes.
Yeah, thanks for all the people are sending in nice texts on sheds and advice on how to handle the shed and whatnot.
If things go south in my personal life, Josh, can I move into the shed?
If you want to, sure.
Okay.
It's got a window on it.
All right.
You know, you got a little sunlight.
It's good to have options. Good to have a fallback plan.
I'm stopping by to see Dana in the summer.
Oh.
If he ends up living in Josh's shed, I'm stopping by to see you.
I've got one.
Mainly in the summer. I want to see how you're doing in there.
Yeah.
I've got one of those crappy, like the fans that kind of mist you a little bit. Just doing my best to try to stay somewhat.
Yes, going to have to be battery powered. We don't got power out there.
Can I run an extension cord?
I don't know what the rules are on that, but I'm fine with it.
The winter,
It's not insulated.
Oh, God.
Winter would be fun to come see you, of course, but mainly in the summer. I want to see you sitting in there.
Because you guys know me, I don't need a reason to sweat, but sitting inside a shed in Eagan, Minnesota on a 100-degree day, that's going to be a disaster.
I bet you'd remove all of your body hair.
That's one of the reasons I've never been in the shed at my house, Dana. I've never stepped 1 foot into that thing. I have no idea what it looks like in there.
So you walk in and you just feel suffocated already?
Yep. All I know is there's some stuff in there, and I call upon my husband when I need something, and he finds it in the shed.
Why don't you want to go in there?
There was a bee's nest like 2 years ago, and after that, I'm like, I don't need to go in there. It's too hot. It's like musty in there.
Babyface Destroyer Jesus said a carton of smokes costs the same as a shed these days.
Oh, seriously.
Oh,
I can only afford one shed.
Somebody was in front of me buying a couple packs of heaters the other day, and I cannot believe how much it cost you. Like,
what is it, like $70? Maybe even more than that now? 80?
Unbelievable. I was like, are you serious? Did they double scan those or something?
Yeah, people are also telling me that no one smokes cigarettes anymore. Josh should pick them up a log of Zins.
Oh, yeah.
Zins are very popular.
Is that
I've been seeing the billboards for that.
You need to figure out their age range before you do that.
That's the fake chewing tobacco?
Yeah.
No one smokes cigarettes anymore. They say cigarettes aren't cool anymore. What?
Make cigarettes cool again.
Cigarettes are always going to be cool. Well, that'll be something, Josh.
Do I seem a little manlier today at all? I mean,
Yeah.
if that's possible.
Without a doubt.
Place.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
you're building your own shed, sure.
You're giving off a
I know.
vibe.
You are going.
I wish I knew how to build my own shed. Thank you. I already feel shame, Dana.
Nobody cares if you don't know how to build your own shed. Yes, you are more manly. You are going to stare out the window and watch other men do work for you. That's as manly as it gets in my book.
That's pretty tough. That's a
How many
tough guy.
acres do you have over there?
Like a quarter of an acre, I think.
And I think it's funny that I just called you out, and I'm the guy whose wife does everything around the house.
You asked me how to put a screw into a toilet paper holder once.
I sure did. Sure did.
And in the picture, I saw the screw that fell out of the toilet paper holder.
I'm so incompetent.
Oh, Dana.
On Friday, I had the opportunity for the first time in almost 30 years to operate a Bobcat, thanks to the guys at Lano out in Shakopee.
Lawn-O.
Awesome dudes.
Kind of like Whammo.
Different.
So it's L-A-W-N.
L-A-N-O, Lano.
Lano.
And they let me, silly on their part, but they let me get behind the yoke, the sticks of
Sure.
a Bobcat.
Sure.
And I thought, well, this is crazy. They're going to let me do this. But I'll tell you what, they have advanced a lot in 40-some years. So I landscaped like 30 years ago. They would barely let me use it because the foreman on the job didn't want to dig holes and move rock. So that was kind of my job.
How'd you do?
You know what? I did pretty good.
You didn't get that sumbitch jumping the way they, how they bounce if you don't know what you're doing. They kind of.
No, it wasn't bound, and I got to do a little off-roading too. But they've come a long way. It's super fancy now. There's air conditioning in there.
Whoa.
And that you're not like using your feet anymore. You're not using both arms to operate the thing. It's just one little joystick on the left side. It's like the fanciest thing I'd been in a long time. And that wasn't even one of the fancier ones. This is kind of how they are now.
How fun did you have? How much fun did you have?
Oh, I had a lot. And I'll tell you what, I could have went a lot longer, but I was afraid they're going to be like, okay, dude, we get it. But they were awesome. I love those guys. It was a lot of fun hanging out with them. And it's cool that they let me do that.
I'm jealous. That sounds like a blast.
Yeah, I want to do it again. And then I decided I want one. I just want one to just go around the neighborhood and dig stuff up.
Just go to the gas station, get a Mountain Dew in it.
Yeah. Or
Sounds like-
reach upper cabinets at my house if I need to get out some Fruit Loops or something.
When you got into the cage to operate that Bobcat, did you turn your hat backwards?
No, should I have?
Oh, yeah, that would have been sick.
You always turn your hat backwards when you do manly stuff like that.
Dang it, I didn't do it.
That also is very, very attractive when men do that.
Oh, I think I've got video of it.
Video of you driving.
Yeah, they sent me a video of it.
And it had been how many years?
I would
30?
say almost 30 years.
Dang.
I remember in elementary school, I was in third grade. I looked out the window. They were doing some type of project outside, and there's a guy in a Bobcat driving the Bobcat around doing his thing, and he had like a large fountain drink for McDonald's. I'm like, that's the coolest dude I've ever seen in my life. He's just sipping a Mountain Dew while driving around some heavy machinery. What a pimp.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. What do you got here? Video of you driving a Bobcats? Well, there's a picture of you. Oh, that's his video. Okay, there's Josh inside of a Bobcat. There's someone showing him how to do it. You look very confident. Why are you speaking into the video like it's a television commercial?
I think they put it on their website.
They put it on their website. There's Josh driving a Bobcat. He's going this way. He's going that way.
Oh, God. Ashley, are you okay?
How did the bell get over here?
Ashley's pregnant stomach just crashed into the bell.
You look comfortable in it, Josh.
Well, I had some experience, but I was hiding the nerves. I was definitely nervous.
Well, you don't look nervous.
Sand Farmer Jesus said, how were you able to get the lap bar down with that giant erection and the cat?
You're a heavy machinery kind of a guy. Oh. Well, there you go. What else is going on?
Speaking of bobcats, I've always thought it'd be cool to go to one of those places where they have construction equipment you kind of mess around with, like you operate a crane. You can,
the sandbox.
Yeah, that type of thing. I've always thought that would be fun. I bet you would really like something like that.
You know, it's crazy. The extreme sandbox.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I've been wanting to do that forever, and I don't know why I haven't.
I keep hearing about joints like that, but never been. I'd end up killing someone.
Yeah, me too.
This person says the problem with buying a bobcat is they cost more than a carton of cigarettes. Yeah, that's true. I'd imagine they probably do. Although somebody texted in and said a carton of cigarettes is over $100.
Yeah, 120, 115 people are telling them. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably end up killing somebody over at those. How did you describe it a minute ago? Drive
Extreme sandbox?
Extreme sandbox. Drive our heavy equipment around for fun.
What about one of those?
I'd end up killing like the older guy that works there who's weeks away from retirement, you know.
Oh, somebody said the extreme sandbox is no longer.
Oh. Yeah, I opened up their website and it said temporarily closed. What happened?
Bad.
What the heck? Isn't that like Mark Cuban's thing?
I don't know.
Extreme sandbox?
Yeah, from Shark Tank. Yeah.
Did he invest in it?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't know that. I thought it was a local thing. What about those places where you can drive a tank and just go over like a Ford Fusion or something like that?
When I got married, I tried to push that kind of stuff so bad. Like things that you would do at a bachelor party. It's like, can we go paintballing, or can I like drive a tank or shoot a bazooka? Like something cool. Nobody was down.
Well, no one wants to be around you if you're handed a bazooka.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. But
Ashley,
how cool would that be?
When you were moving out of your last house and I stopped by right at the very end of you moving, so everything was already packed. I think I moved one lamp into the truck. You go, I forgot something. You come running back out just holding a rifle. I've never been so terrified in my life.
Well, because I saved the most important, valuable things for last. I was like, I got to get my guns now.
Ashley just comes running out holding a shotgun.
I was not expecting you to be standing there. I was like, oh, hi.
I'm still traumatized.
Hey, Cubby, if those fellers have any materials left over after they're done building your shed today, give them an extra $100 and tell them to make you a skateboard ramp.
Yeah, I think the guy was like, hey, when they're out here, if you decide there's an extra something you want.
Oh, have them build you a skateboard ramp. Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool. It'd take me back to...
Half pipe.
Take me back to the late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be adorable and do like a matching doghouse next to it.
I'd need about that size, though.
Yeah, true.
Oh, okay. People are telling us that there's a joint where you can drive heavy equipment called ERX. Does that make any sense? Anyone heard of that?
ERX. You can do that. Isn't that a motor park in Elk River?
Oh, I see what they're saying. Yeah. So you can drive bulldozers around that joint?
I had never heard that. That's
Neither
awesome.
have I. All right, here we go. Monday morning. Oh, I bet you Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder will be joining us around 7:30. Tonight I am, even though it's not a program I can watch all the way through, I am anticipating, looking forward to watching Byron Buxton tonight in the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah. It's not something I can use. It'll hold me the entire 4 hours or whatever it is. Because they've done some things to improve the length of that program, but still, I don't know if I can make it all the way through. But I'm looking forward to seeing Buck.
And I read something over the weekend that kind of makes it extra special. He talked about one of his big motivations to do it was his son. Him and his son play MLB The Show, and specifically they play the Home Run Derby mode. And his son is always playing as his dad, so he wants to be out there and have his son on the field with him to watch him do it in person. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, you fall for that cheesy stuff.
I do.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll get her going And like I was saying, our first task will be the stupid news, and we'll get to that when we return on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X
Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show. Thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
If you're an IT or security pro, managing devices, identities, and applications can feel overwhelming and risky. Trelica by 1Password helps conquer SaaS, sprawl, and shadow IT by discovering every app your team uses, managed or not. Their pre-built app profiles assess risk, manage access, and optimum speed. And with 1Password, you can simplify onboarding, offboarding, and compliance with a centralized system of record and reduce costs by eliminating unused licenses. Take the first step in better security for your team. Learn more at onepassword.com/special offer. That's onepassword.com/special offer, all lowercase.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
Hello to all my homies in the chat. I'm Haley Carania with some very inconvenient truths.
Your go-to place for the hottest button issues.
Don't you hate when facts get in the way of a good news story?
Cut through the noise and get ready to scroll through the chaos of the modern world, one hot take at a time.
Hear me out. We might need to spread this information 24/7. Let's get into some scrolling time.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Carania.
I love this place.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Yep. Our very first attempt at the stupid news for the work week. New Hampshire. That's where we're kicking this week's report off, wherever the hell that is. This might be a first. We don't hear much from New Hampshire. But I'll go ahead anyway. Here's how the career derelicts do it, Josh. A low-life donkey from out that way, who's been in and out of jail more or less his entire meaningless life, is in trouble again for stealing a car. And then returning that car, and then he upped and stole a different car. All right? This is a 43-year-old acting like this. Total vomit bag that goes by the name of Kenneth Blankenship. He's the culprit here. Here's how it all played out. Local police got a telephone call the other day because someone had snatched a motor vehicle from a dealership. And it was Kenneth, the ass bag. The vomit bag, I think I called him. He broke into the dealership. He stole a set of car keys and drove right on out of there with a free car. But before everyone knew what the hell had hit him, here comes Buttlick again, Kenneth. He comes driving back onto the lot. He left the original car right back where he found it, dumped his sorry ass into a different car, and drove that one away. He did.
Yeah, I've heard the theory when buying a car, just get the one you want. Otherwise, you'll regret it, and you're making payments on a vehicle you can't stand.
Get the one you want. So, a cop eventually saw Kenneth driving around in his second stolen car. The cop pulled him over, pulled him out of the vehicle, beat the living daylights out of him, and then arrested him. Kenneth I saw a picture of Kenneth. He looks like he has cooties.
He kind of has a Manson vibe, Charles Manson vibe.
Oh, definitely. The mugshot is up on 93x.com.
He looks greasy. He looks like he has cooties. Word is here, like I mentioned before, to start the story, he has a criminal history dating back more than 2 decades. He's another one of these pathetic bastards that just doesn't believe that rules apply to him. It's time he goes away and leaves the rest of us alone. And maybe duck into the shower.
Do guys get cooties? Because growing up, it was the girls who had cooties. But maybe girls said that about boys. Ashley.
Oh, yeah. Boy cooties.
Boys have cooties as well.
Yeah, they're even worse than girl cooties.
Oh, are they really?
Yep.
I'll bet.
Wow.
They're duties.
How dare you, Ashley? I always thought the girls had the cooties and they transferred them to the boys.
No.
Yeah.
It's not how it works, Dana.
Where I'm from, girls have cooties.
Mm-hmm.
There was a beer hall that I used to regular at, and there was a hard drinking sumbitch that was in there every time I walked in by the name of Butch. And Butch,
Love that.
Butch was kind of like, what character is it in South Park? Oh, well, all of them, I guess. It just dawned on me, with the exception of Kenny. Kenny has his hood up all the time, doesn't he, on South Park? Mm-hmm. Okay. Butch, like the kids on South Park, wore a stocking cap every day of his life. July, December, didn't matter. Butch always had this shaggy-looking stocking cap on.
Was he
right?
hiding something?
No, he
just liked it.
That was his look.
One of those guys.
And Butch didn't wash himself very often, right? So one night at the beer hall, Butch would get pretty drunk. And Butch goes out on the dance floor. He's dancing by himself, because he's loaded. Some gal comes out onto the dance floor to dance with Butch, and we're all like, uh-oh, hang on to something. A woman is taking an interest in Butch with his greasy stocking cap. And they're kind of dancing sexy with each other. It was kind of disturbing. And finally, the lady takes Butch's stocking cap off of his head, which no one had ever seen. And the whole bar goes, oh! Because no one had ever seen him. And she takes his stocking cap, she puts it on her head. And one guy I was sitting with said, man, I bet that thing's a cootie farm.
What? A grown man said that?
Yeah. Oh, man, I bet that stocking cap's a cootie farm. And she put it on her head.
Ew.
And we all went, oh, no.
That is really gross.
She had no idea.
No,
what is she doing?
Well, she didn't know. She didn't know Butch was this unwashed, everyday stocking cap guy. She had some drinks in her, too.
How did he react to that? Was he cool with...
He looked a little uncomfortable. Yeah, he did not allow her to wear his stocking cap for very long. He took it back off of her head. He's like, I don't care if this means I'm not going to get laid. No one wears my stocking cap, and he put it back on.
Probably like a safety blanket for him at that point.
Yeah, I'd like to know why he does that.
I don't know. It doesn't matter the weather. He showed up at that bar with his one of those with the little ball on top.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? That's so cute.
With the pom-pom. And then the some bitch died.
Oh.
He did. He went and died.
Butch.
Yeah.
Was it lined with tinfoil, maybe? Maybe he was a conspiracy theorist type of guy.
I don't know. But I'll never forget that line. Boy, I bet that thing's a cootie farm.
I bet that was accurate.
Probably. Here's a mix of bad luck and simple jag-off behavior. Oh, some clown down there in that awful southern state that I hate so much. Dude got caught speeding last week. And the timing couldn't have been worse. It was right after a new super speeder law went into effect in that awful southern state with the alligators and whatnot. You know who I'm talking about. They just added a law that hands down tougher penalties if you're caught driving over 100 miles per hour. You can now get up to a month in jail for that if you're caught driving over 100 miles per hour. The law went into effect at 12:01 a.m. last Tuesday, and this guy got caught going 104 miles per hour just 2 minutes later.
Ain't that a bitch?
The law went into effect at 12:01 a.m. At 12:03, Dinkus got caught going 104 miles per hour down the Bydam Highway.
Well, his name will be etched in history there, I suppose.
Yep, they confirmed he was the first person, Cubby, to get ticketed under the new super speeder law.
Maybe a nice plaque for him up at the police station or something to honor the moment.
Don't we have a few Vikings who also have been they have violated that super speeder law. I know I've heard that.
Oh, we have a
term
similar
before.
law up here?
Yeah, I believe we do have a super speeder law.
Oh, I did not know that.
Maybe some of our friends in law enforcement can text.
Well, yeah. I remember, was it Carl Eller? Carl Eller got caught on 394 a couple times, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me if someone want to look that up. I don't know.
I thought Adrian Peterson might have got pinched for it.
Oh, Jordan Addison just a year or so ago.
Yeah, he definitely did.
And I remember a lot of guys getting those speeding tickets trying to make it to Mankato on time way back in the day, too.
Shoot, Nick
trying
and
to
I
make
got
it to
one of those.
Training camp you're talking about? Yeah, players.
We should have got a super speeder law, but it was the coolest St. Peter cop of all time that helped us out there.
Yeah, you were super speeding.
Had no idea.
I had no idea either that you were going so fast, but we were pretty high.
It happens.
So this new super speeder law down in the Gator State, first-time offenders can get 30 days in jail and a $500 fine or both. This first guy, the historic first guy to be caught under the super speeder law, I'm not sure if they let him off with the fine, but there is footage of him being handcuffed, so maybe they did take him to jail for 30 days. I don't know. Either way, he better not get caught super speeding again. Repeat offenders can get up to 90 days in jail.
Reason being stopped, the speed limit's 70 miles an hour. You're doing 104.
If you're doing 50 miles over the posted speed limit, or again, 100 or more, you could face 30 days in jail and a $500 fine, or both. If you do it a second time, it could be 90 days in jail, a $1,000 fine, or both.
Who are those people? Oh, just citizens of that state?
No, those were cops.
Oh, cops.
I like the news lady interviewing her too. Yeah, throwing those in just in the middle of, well, not even really a break.
That was crucial.
70 miles an hour. You're doing 104.
If you're doing 50 miles over the posted speed limit, or again, 100 or more, you could face 30 days in jail and a $500 fine, or both. If you do it a second time, it could be 90 days in jail, a $1,000 fine, or both.
Sure.
She really needs to get those in there, huh?
Right. Yes.
We need to know that she's paying attention.
Right. Asian cop Jesus said it's a higher fine here. Petty misdemeanor, and you can get your license suspended for if you're going over 100.
Yeah, well, this guy, he's going to have to suck it up.
Well, I'm safe. And I know you probably are too, Dana, because I bet you're in the same boat as me. My car doesn't like to go that fast.
No, I don't think mine can go past 70.
Nah.
This another text says they got a 113 mile per hour ticket. Anything over 100 is an automatic 6-month loss of license.
Oh, that would suck so much.
One more time, if you go, what is it again, Josh? I'm sorry.
Over 100, this person says, automatic 6-month loss of license. That's what I thought I had heard, too.
Well, what Josh always says, he says, you want to act like a bitch, they'll treat you like a bitch.
Well, I haven't said that.
Josh always says. All right, here's another Gator State jag-off to deal with. A 29-year-old prick. He got himself arrested. Word his, what does it say here now? He was flying down the highway in a motor vehicle, faster than piss. Tailgating other drivers. There he goes. He had Snapchat going the entire time because he can't let down his fans, right? Okay? And so faster than piss, tailgating drivers, Snapchat going. And all the while, in the backseat of his car, there was a baby. It was a baby. What show, MASH? There was a baby rolling around helplessly in the backseat, and the guy's going 100.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, no.
What a dumbass.
115 miles per hour, they say. Driving up everybody's ass, running Snapchat on his cell phone with a little damn baby in the backseat. Charles Wheeler is this loser's name. He's currently deep-throating charges of reckless driving and child neglect now. Very nice to have on your record. Isn't that everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody wants that on their record.
That's what jobs are looking for.
Yeah. They're looking for child neglect and reckless driving.
I saw probably the worst texter and driver I've ever seen yesterday. I've seen a couple bad ones. This guy, not paying attention whatsoever. He blew right through a stop sign and turned left in someone, right in front of someone. I thought they both were going to die. I've never seen someone that oblivious to what was going on. And he wasn't hiding it either. I mean, he had his phone up, like he was watching a video or something like that. You know, a lot of people, they've got it down, and you can just kind of see they're looking towards their laps, watching their phone, trying to hide a text. That wasn't the case here.
Morons. What do you make of this? So it says here the 10-month-old baby
Oh, no.
belongs to his girlfriend.
That's a relationship strainer right there.
Yeah, you think so.
Thanks for keeping an eye on my baby. The cops say that Charles, with his little micro penis, they say he nearly killed himself and the baby when he had to dodge a mattress while he was driving over 100 miles per hour.
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe that was an extreme way to get out of babysitting in the future. Well, obviously I'm not qualified. Better not contact me again.
All right, you'll like this part here, too. Obviously, this guy's a sixth grader. Cops also said that Charles played vulgar music from his cell phone after he was arrested. So he was trying to either impress or intimidate the cops by playing songs with swear words in it. Jesus, what a plug. The 10-month-old baby probably would have been better off being in charge that night. I'll tell you a terrible story. My buddy Hot Tub and another feller, I won't say his name because he's actually got a reputation in this town and I don't want to ruin it. Hot Tub and another friend of mine, when we were like 19 years old, everyone's at a house party. Hot Tub and Donnie, they came to the house party. They parked their cars. They're walking up the driveway, and they see it was wintertime, and someone had left their car running because it was winter. And it was this cool car. And they knew who it belonged to. They're like, oh, that's Missy's new car. And they kind of did like that, look side to side, nobody's looking. And Tubb said, well, should we take it for a spin?
No.
Right?
No.
And the other guy, Donnie, said, yeah, why not? Missy probably won't care. So they got in and started really testing out the limits of this motor vehicle. We're 19 years old, like a 19-year-old kid might do. They're whipping it around corners. And, whoa, man, this thing really handles awesome. Let's see how fast we can get the sumbitch going. Hot Tub and Donnie. And then from the back seat, they heard, there was a baby in the back. It was a baby.
So many things wrong.
Grand Theft Auto, kidnapping.
Oh, yeah.
Missy had a new baby, and they knew
Left
that.
the baby in the car.
But they didn't know the baby was in the car. So they slowed back down to a region. They brought it back safe. Everything was fine. They didn't know.
I can't even imagine the panic.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, here's one. This one I dedicate to you older married folks. You'll get a kick out of this one here. An older feller, 62 years old, he is. He was on a long road trip with his wife. You know how it is. You stop here, you stop there, like you do on a long road trip. Dude forgot his wife at a gas station.
Oh, no.
I love these stories.
And he did not realize she was gone until he had gone 186 miles down the damn roadway.
No way.
The greatest 186 miles of his life.
Yep.
Does anybody believe in that?
Nope.
That's a
what?
tough one to believe.
Believe that he really forgot her?
That for 186 miles?
Well,
No, there's no chance.
That seems a little tough to believe.
Unless he's got something going on medically.
Right.
No.
He's the world's most forgetful person.
now it wasn't just a husband and wife. They also had their 22-year-old daughter in the car as well. So here's the deal. On this long road trip from Paris to Morocco, wherever that is, The three of them made several stops at gas stations along the way. Oh, God, I'm going to sneeze so hard here in a minute, I'm probably going to lose a tooth. Just hang on. But bear with me. Oh. The three of them made several stops at gas stations along the way. During one of those breaks, at around 4:30 in the morning, they stop. Dude leaves the gas station without realizing he had forgotten his wife there. He realized she wasn't in the motor vehicle 186 miles later. He quickly called the cops. Problem was, he couldn't remember where he had last seen his wife. He couldn't remember the gas station where he accidentally ditched her. The daughter in the car, she wasn't any help because she was sound asleep. She had no idea where her dad had left her mama. The cops hit every gas station on Donnie isn't his name, on the dude's route. They hit every gas station on his route. They couldn't find the old lady. That's when the police started to suspect that maybe he killed her.
Oh. Didn't even cross my mind that they would think like that. Yep.
They did even ask him along the way, hey, look, dude, level with us. Did you kill her? Finally, they decided to track Mom's cell phone, and they found her sitting right where her husband had left her. She hadn't moved, and ooh, she was pissed.
Oh, I just picture her sitting there, bouncing her leg, shaking her head.
So,
I mean, I wish it said, was she calling the guy? Like, hey, where the hell did you go?
You know, I don't know if I would, Josh. I think I would. I'd give it some time.
So I looked up 186 miles, like how long that would take on average. And Google said if you're going 60 miles an hour, about 3 hours.
Jeez.
All right, I probably wouldn't have waited that long.
Yeah, I don't think you'd sit there for 3. You'd find a new boyfriend in that amount of time.
Yeah, I'd find something fun to do.
Following a short investigation, cops concluded that this dude had legit just straight up forgot his wife, and the three of them were allowed to continue their journey to what they call here again Morocco.
Oh, I'm jealous. She's got ammo forever.
That's true.
That is true. She can do no wrong. She can do whatever she wants, because nothing is as bad as leaving your loved one at a gas station for 186 miles.
Hopefully she had her purse on her so she could go and get some snacks or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But that is a hell of a story. Reminds me of that old joke where cop pulls a guy over. Dude pulls over and the cop says, hey, buddy, do you realize your wife fell out the car about 6 miles back? And the guy says, oh, thank God, I thought I had gone deaf. It's a long ways to go without realizing that someone's missing.
Oh, sure, it happens where you might forget for a second, like, oh my God, so-and-so's not in the car. But yeah, 186 miles.
I guess
He must have been daydreaming.
They did say it was like 4:30 in the morning, so maybe he was driving all night.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they had some big, long-ass Suburban and the wife was sleeping in the back. I don't know. You know what I mean? Where he wouldn't constantly be sitting right next to her. We're picturing maybe that she's in the passenger seat, but who knows? She was sleeping in the far back of the station wagon. I don't know.
Yeah.
My dad and his brother and their mother, my grandmother, once went on a road trip together. This is many years ago. And I don't remember where they were going, and it doesn't matter. But at one point or another, all three of them stopped at a rest area to use the bathroom. And you know how I often say that we're going to do things as a family?
Yes.
This is the source of that. So my dad and his brother were in their 60s or something when this was happening. So their mother was, near 90. They pulled over at the rest area. And my dad's brother, my uncle, had to take a piss. So he gets out of the vehicle and he starts walking for the bathroom. And my grandmother says to my dad, well, are you going to go to the bathroom as well? And my dad said, no, I don't got to go. And my grandma said, You will get out and we will go to the bathroom as a family. And my dad said, I don't have to go. I'm 66 years old. We'll go as a family. I don't know why she had such an edge to her in that particular moment, but she wanted everyone to go to the bathroom as a family.
She was a fan of just-in-case peas. Those are important.
Just-in-case peas. She was probably edgy because it had been a few months and she had consumed blood and clam chowder. I don't know. She was craving blood and clam. If you're just tuning into the show, you're saying, what is this idiot talking about? All right, before we go, I'm not sure where we're going with this, but someone has just gone ahead and made a cell phone case that is designed to look like human skin.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of cool. Let me see.
I mean, kind of.
And it's apparently
pretty gross, too, though.
I didn't really take a look at it. Does it look gross? It does? Looks gross?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's kind of looks realistic.
A cell phone case that's designed to look like human skin, and apparently it's so lifelike, it will burn if left in the sunlight for too long, just like a real human carcass.
I don't like that. This has got to be real. Is it real human skin?
It is not. Well, at least I pray that it's not.
That'd be cool if, like, once it gets sunburnt, you can peel it.
Ew.
I love peeling sunburns.
Do you?
Yeah, satisfying.
A creepy human skin phone case. Okay, so this unnecessary and weird as balls idea comes from the folks at a mobile network company called O2. Does that sound familiar to anyone?
Yep.
O2? And they partnered up with some creative guy, I don't know, to create a new 3D printed silicone case which is designed to mimic the look and touch of human skin. They call it the skin case, which is kind of lazy.
They don't really look that strange, I guess. It doesn't disturb me to the level I thought it was going to.
It's available in 4 different skin tones. Josh, here's your only chance to be tan.
Yeah, I'd go tan
for me and you. For me and you, this is our only chance to be tan.
Go tan.
I would go for a tan skin phone case because I could never do it for real.
Oh, I really want to feel this.
And how embarrassed would you be if your phone case had a sunburn all of a sudden?
Mm-hmm. It's peeling.
All right, what does this say now? The skin case contains pigments somehow that will change the color of the skin when it is exposed to UV rays, just like how our skin burns or changes tone when we get drunk and stay out in the sun too long.
I wonder how realistic that is. Like, could I throw some baby oil on it and then it gets real red?
If I don't wash it, will it get a zit? I don't know.
Oh, fun.
Here I'm rolling down another sunny highway, been in the sun too long. What song? 651-989-9393. I'll say it again. Here I'm rolling down another sunny highway, been in the sun too long. I bet Josh knows it. Do you know it, Josh?
Well, yeah.
Don't say it. 651-989-9393. There is apparently a reason behind this psycho imitation human skin cell phone case gimmick. The folks at O2 who created it, they hope to encourage folks to be more careful when they're out of doors. They want us to be aware of how damaging the sun can be to our sensitive skin.
Nah, I don't care about any of that.
Oh, no. This person just got some bad news over the weekend. Their phone case has cancer.
It's rough.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh, my God.
Hopefully you caught it early.
I hate to disappoint you, but this nightmare-making skin phone is not available to purchase just yet. It's still what they call a prototype.
The following portion of the program has been edited to remove licensed music.
And more anxiety than Hair Jesus was the first to answer my question correctly. What lyrics does this song come from? Here I'm rolling down another sunny highway, been in the sun too long. It is, yes, thank you, More Anxiety Than Hair Jesus. And a few others now have answered correctly. Oh, it just feels so good just to say this out loud because it's one of my favorite songs from one of my favorite albums. Going Crazy from David Lee Roth off the absolutely amazing Eat 'em and Smile record, 1986. Remember what happened, Josh? We got drunk and fell into the water.
Water. I like how he says water. Kind of kids of Whitney High there.
Yeah. They said you're messing with the mayor's daughter. What happened to music?
Not quite the same.
Why can't they do that anymore?
It's very depressing.
Got drunk and fell into the water. What were they singing about the water? The kids in... The bugs were in the water.
Insects. They're going to get you.
When you fall into the water.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Eric Reynolds scored about 2,400 points in college at St. Joe's, and he just scored his first 2 points for the Knicks.
I was going to say, I took my eye off. We appreciate that. We got to say thanks.
Hey, let's take a look. We were sitting here talking. Here's how it all...
Good control tap. Yeah.
Wrong one.
And the reality is, it's not the first time that this happened, so...
Kid playing in the NBA Summer League pulled a Jim Marshall. He scored for the other club. Is that video up on our website, Smashly?
Yes, sir.
Eric Reynolds, young kid, playing in the NBA Summer League for Oklahoma City. You know, he's trying to earn a damn job. God, this isn't going to help him. Nerves got the better of him, Josh. He was just nervous as all hell.
Yeah, I could see why.
Accidentally scored on his own club's basket. There's a jump ball at the free throw line. Reynolds and his team defending the near basket. Jump ball tipped to Reynolds. He went directly to the hoop and laid the ball into his own basket. And then he kind of froze there. You watch the video, he freezes and kind of hangs onto his own head as if he's saying, what the hell did you just do?
And it was instantaneous.
Yes.
He realized it right afterwards.
And his teammates look at him, what are you doing?
I'd have such a hard time letting that go.
In soccer in like 8th grade, in one game, I managed to score on our own goal twice. Not intentionally, it was just kind of deflected off of me, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And I remember our goalie laying there on the grass, and he just looks up to me and goes, dude, you got to stop doing that.
Oh, no. I'd quit right there, Dana, and take the jersey off and go home.
Yeah, playing in one of those ex-jock versus media dork hockey games here in town years ago. Tom Chorsky, longtime NHLer, rushed in on our net and made a pass across the crease. It was the fastest puck that I had ever seen travel in my life. In person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the ice, being directly on the ice. I've never seen a puck move that fast, and it was a pass. Well, I got my stick in the way, being a defenseman at the time, and I chipped it into our own net. But I was just completely ill-prepared to deal with a puck traveling that fast. This is a long-time, high-scoring NHLer whipping a pass across the crease, and I just tried to get in the way, and I chipped it into our own net. Our goaltender, Mike Greenlay, who at the time was doing color commentary for the Minnesota Wild, he was asked about that after the game, and he said, Nick's a good player, but he's colorblind. Tonight's the Home Run Derby. We'll be watching Byron Buxton. Twins lost yesterday in their final game before the All-Star break, so they end the first half of the season. Couple games under 500. We'll get into it here in a half hour when we talk to Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder. For now, take a little break, but don't go nowheres because Josh's news report is coming right quick.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
Mic drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritlin. It's raw.
Any single time that you left the wire, you could lose 4 guys.
It's unfiltered.
That was the most horrible screaming I'd ever heard. Taking a hit on the chin, you want to pay it back?
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
Would I choose to not do our duty as military fighting men, no, I would not make that decision without question.
Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Hey, wait a minute. You two look kind of familiar. Ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Creepy, and as a woman, I would be very scared.
In a not-so-romantic rerun of last week's tracking tale, the one where the clingy ex-girlfriend planted a hidden GPS tracker because she couldn't let it go.
I don't know. I call that love.
Yeah, she's just extreme love.
Pure love.
There is a fresh twist making the rounds. This time, the roles have been reversed. Last week, it was a lurking lady with location data, but now it's a stalking scumbag who can't handle a breakup like a grown-up. A 21-year-old Florida man was arrested after hiding an Apple AirTag in his ex-girlfriend's car, using it to secretly follow her around.
Sure.
She first found out something was off when a friend warned her about a potential tracker, and sure enough, she discovered that tracker was tucked away in the rear cargo area of her vehicle. The sheriff's office confirmed the device was registered to her ex, Kevin Perez, and arrested him for tracking her without consent. But Perez lied about it. Denied everything.
The report says you put a Apple AirTag in her car.
Yeah, that's not true at all. We've been together for 7 years, since we were 14 years old. So she has some of my belongings. She could have just said, I found his AirTag, and said it was in her car, which I never planted.
Naples police disagree. They said the case highlights how digital devices can be used as instruments of harassment and is one of similar cases nationwide. Law enforcement urges anyone who receives an unexpected AirTag notification to take it seriously and contact them immediately.
So he says he's not tracking her. She just happens to still have some of his belongings, including a working AirTag?
That's right.
Okay.
That single AirTag.
I like how he came off right away and said, we've been together for years.
Yeah, are we supposed to have sympathy for that?
He made a point to kind of claim her even in that moment to a certain extent.
Ugh, gross.
And I love her. And she loves me. Kind of a thing.
A driver that was Wisconsin wasted crashed into a garage in Plymouth Saturday afternoon, more than 5 times the legal limit. The pictures shared by Plymouth PD show the aftermath of the crash, a damaged garage door, and a large hole in the partition wall between adjoining units. This wasn't how the driver expected to park this afternoon, the department commented. The driver allegedly gave a breath test reading of .41.
Oh my gosh, how are you still breathing?
Yeah, isn't that like the death level?
Yeah.
He had attempted to hide nearby.
Maybe for some of you soft people.
Yeah. He attempted to hide nearby as police were called to the scene, but was found by officers and arrested for DWI.
He took out somebody's garage, huh?
I bet at a .4 you're not very good at hiding. That's maybe where you just put your hands over your eyes and think that's good. You're going to get away from that.
Oh, the thought of being that intoxicated just makes me sick to my stomach.
A New York man's taco trip ended in taco trouble this month. It was the 4th of July, and the only thing more lit than fireworks was 48-year-old Robert Rosado Jr. Rosado pulled up to a Taco Bell for a late-night snack and promptly passed out in the drive-thru.
Man.
Police said he'd been partying a little too patriotically, boozing it up in his vehicle before falling asleep at the wheel just feet away from the promise of nachos. He was charged with driving while intoxicated and consumption of alcohol in a vehicle.
I've done that, but I just wasn't the person driving. But I've definitely fallen asleep from drinking too much in the Taco Bell drive-thru. It's beautiful when you get woken up, though, because then you've got tacos. Yeah.
A 44-year-old South Dakota drunk dragged a mailbox under her SUV, setting the mail on fire. Around 11:30 p.m., July 2nd, officers got a call about someone driving recklessly, dragging a large metal mailbox beneath their vehicle. Police spotted the SUV and pulled it over. When they took a closer look, they noticed something strange: burning bills and flaming flyers. The mail in the mailbox caught fire.
When the vehicle pulled over, officers saw the mail inside the mailbox had caught on fire due to the friction caused by being dragged along the roadway.
Officers said the driver showed obvious signs of impairment, and after a DUI investigation, they determined she was too wasted to be behind the wheel.
Too wasted.
The female was delivered to jail, and the case is under investigation.
They should be brutal and charge her with some type of mail crime, too. Don't they take that stuff pretty seriously?
They do. Man, can you imagine having that tacked on? Yeah,
God,
you're right.
Make her pay those bills.
Adults put the fear of God in me in our neighborhood about messing with a mailbox. Like, I was happy throwing an egg at a car, any type of silly vandalism, but I never touched a mailbox. Because all the threats of it being a federal offense if you mess with the mailbox.
That's true.
Yeah, I wish someone would have told us that when we were 17 before we destroyed 400 of them on Halloween night 1988.
Right.
Oh, it scared the hell out of me the next day when someone mentioned that. We destroyed every neighborhood, every mailbox in our neighborhood, Halloween 1988. Every damn one of them. Hundreds of them. And then the next morning someone tells me, that's a federal offense. And I said, well, balls Mahoney.
Yeah, that would freak me out.
I wish somebody would have. Well, we got away with it, but it kind of freaked me out when I heard that.
In further South Dakota news, a new 20-year global study on dark personality traits, such as the tendency to exploit or hurt others, identified South Dakota as one of the 4 states in the U.S. with the highest concentration.
What the heck?
Dark personalities?
Yes.
Okay.
The other states on that list are Nevada, New York, and Texas. Internationally, the countries with the highest levels of dark personality traits include China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Indonesia, Malaysia, South Korea, and Japan.
Do you have any traits of someone with a dark personality, or is that something that I should already know?
Well, they said specifically the tendency to exploit or hurt others.
Oh.
What are they doing over there?
South Dakota.
Yeah, I guess
the other ones make sense.
Nevada, New York, and Texas?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, I guess I know so few people legitimately from South Dakota. I wish I could comment further, but that's just kind of strange to me.
Some people are good at holding a grudge, but this doofus may be the best at it. A 72-year-old man known as the Nail Bandit was arrested last week after nearly 2 years of deliberately sabotaging fire rescue vehicles due to a long-running feud with the local fire department.
County Fire has been experiencing nails, tacks, sharp objects that have been being thrown out around their private vehicles and in front of the emergency response vehicles at all the fire stations.
John Starnes was caught in the act during a traffic stop in what officials called Operation Nail Bandit, a months-long investigation in Florida, which finally put an end to his streak of revenge. He's accused of repeatedly placing sharp objects under the tires of emergency vehicles simply because he didn't like them.
Why somebody would think that this is okay to jeopardize the men and women that's responding to help people to try to square up, level off, or get even is beside me.
For the last 18 to 19 months leading up to April, County Fire's been dealing with nails, tacks, and sharp objects being scattered around under private vehicles in front of fire stations. This is Sheriff Noel Stephen, who said that during a press conference Thursday. And that wasn't the end of it. Since April, officials said there were at least 6 more incidents, all of which Starnes reportedly admitted to because he, quote, has a beef with the department and decided he'd take care of it himself. Turns out the fire department already knew who he was. They'd responded to a fire on his property 3 years ago, but no further explanation had been given about what specifically happened during or after the fire response to provoke him. We'd have to check our vehicles constantly, said Fire Chief Earl Wooten. We had people walking the parking lots every couple hours just to make sure. The traps kept evolving, too. The incident started with short roofing nails that were branded and then braided, and then longer nails than screws.
We're not going to allow this kind of stuff, especially to our first responders, our men and women of the sheriff's office that's out here doing a job to save lives.
He's facing multiple felony charges related to criminal mischief.
He just hated everyone over there at the fire department.
Yeah, they they haven't said why. And he hasn't really said why.
Just the thought of some middle-aged man sprinkling nails. Yeah. Oh, it gets me.
He was committed. What began as a call about a shady character lurking outside an abandoned bank in Washington somehow spiraled into a foot chase and an oddly unsuccessful Obi-Wan Kenobi impression. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office said the call went out July 1st around 5 p.m. Saw a 42-year-old man lingering in an area marked no trespassing. They ran his name and learned he had a warrant. But when they tried to make contact, he led them on a short foot chase, which ended when he tripped and was taken down. As funny as that must have been to watch him derp in front of deputies, the real comedy came next. As they informed him he was under arrest, he repeatedly insisted, "No, I'm not." A bold legal strategy, but unfortunately for him, not a valid one.
You're under arrest. No, I'm not.
He attempted to pull a Jedi mind trick from Star Wars and crashed and burned pretty quickly when he realized cops are sharper than stormtroopers. Deputies said he had drugs in his hand and a stolen gun on him. And when they searched his backpack, they found something else, an explosive device which looked like a firecracker but wasn't. Despite being caught with drugs, a stolen gun, an explosive device, and a warrant, the man's firm belief that if he just say I'm not under arrest enough times would get him out of trouble did not. It's very important for the public to understand items like M80s are considered explosives under the law and not fireworks, the sheriff's office said on Facebook. The device in his backpack had about 3 grams of explosive powder, more than enough to be classified as an explosive under state and federal law.
Well, cripes.
Wouldn't that have been something if it worked?
When he demanded that he was not under arrest.
Hey, you're under arrest. No, I'm not. Well, son of a bitch, we were wrong.
Worth a shot.
That was a dirty trick that Obi-Wan Kenobi played on those stormtroopers.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive skill.
He should have just went with that gimmick the whole movie. You know what I mean?
For everything.
Yeah, every damn thing.
A man in Kentucky was arrested after causing a late-night disturbance in a neighborhood without a stitch of clothing on. They were called about 3 a.m. Tuesday after reports came in about a nude dude banging on someone's door. When officers arrived, they found 33-year-old Christopher Price wearing nothing but a sock while exposing his gentleman talia. According to police, he was yelling there were snakes on him.
Oh, no.
But the lone serpent in sight was the trouser snake housed betwixt his thighs, plain for everyone to see. No surprise he was suspected of being under the influence of drugs. And while he's definitely facing some charges, he almost had timing on his side. Today is National Nude Day. And in a cruel twist of poor fake holiday scheduling, it's also National Tape Measure Day, which thankfully is not celebrated in the winter. Today's the day he should have done his nude door banging.
Today's National Nude Day.
National Nude Day today.
What do you want to do about that?
I don't know. I don't like to get in that state.
Just do what comes natural.
Just keep my shirt on?
Yeah, I guess that is natural for you.
That's happened again. A little kid was eaten by a claw machine.
Love when this happens.
This time at a community center in Ohio. First responders from the Mason Police and Fire Departments were dispatched about 1 p.m. last Monday after a 3-year-old boy couldn't resist the machine's cuddly contents, and the little bastard got himself caught between a teddy bear and a hard place. Surveillance video showed the boy getting swallowed up by a stuffed animal claw machine at a community center 25 miles northeast of Cincinnati. You can see the boy struggling while using his feet on the floor to push his body deeper into the toy dispensing temptress. It wasn't until a man walked past and saw the boy's tiny legs sticking out of the chute before anyone was alerted to the developing situation.
Best part of the video.
Let me guess.
When his feet are sticking out?
Yeah, and the man's just kind of like, is that a kid?
Yeah,
oh.
Kind of looked like, it's really not my problem.
Let me guess. Despite this kid's terrible behavior, the local fire department got him out of there, and then they gave him everything in the bucket, in the game.
They didn't say that.
God, I hate that routine.
Several $100s in coins later, they gave up and decided to free the boy by removing a back panel.
They brought the machine into a nearby store and closed the gate as they worked to get him free. You can see the moment that the crews get him out of the backside of the machine and finally return him to safety.
A police report confirmed the boy suffered no injuries in the ordeal, and the claw machine was put back into operation later that day, ready to capture another small child in the future. It is pretty funny when he's just kicking his legs out there.
I wonder if he was with mom or dad that day.
Yeah, I don't know. One of them's in trouble. A woman called in a fake bomb threat on a flight Saturday to stop her married son from traveling to the largest city in Nepal with his girlfriend, not his wife.
Oh.
The plane had already started taxiing, carrying 142 passengers and 7 crew, when air traffic control got the call, and everything came to a halt. Investigators said the man's mother and his wife tried to stop the trip once they found out he was flying to Kathmandu. That's really what he was going to do. But with a woman who wasn't his wife. When the mom couldn't talk him out of the in-flight infidelity, she got desperate. And that's when a friend crafted a bombshell scheme to detonate the affair once and for all, call in a bomb threat, and the mom actually did it. Security spent about 3 hours searching the plane, but found nothing. In the end, authorities arrested 3 people in connection with that incident.
Yeah, that's really stupid. But I want to know more about this guy and his side piece. I do.
She must have been something. I mean, the fact that he's caught and he's like, you know what, I don't care. I'm going on this trip.
Man, that's hot stuff.
A lot's changed in the fictional Arlen, Texas, since we last saw Hank, Peggy, and Bobby Hill on King of the Hill. And they're not the only ones rejoining a very different world, as 3 popular comedies are coming back in one form or another with reboots and spin-offs.
All right, cool.
In a newly released trailer for King of the Hill's long-awaited revival, Hank struggles to adjust to modern life, from Zoom threats to fruit-infused beer, while the old crew, including Boomhauser, Dale, and Bill, return to the alley behind Hank's house for the series premiere August 4th on Hulu and Disney+. Again, August 4th on Hulu and Disney+.
Were you a fan, Josh?
Yeah, I liked King of the Hill.
Never saw it.
Oh, really? I still watch it from time to time.
Here's why. I was such a Mr. Anderson fan from Beavis and Butthead that it really upset me that this Hank Hill character pretty much was just Mr. Anderson.
When I first saw the trailers before it originally came out, I thought it was a spin-off with Mr. Anderson. It's so much the same.
I see. I've never watched that. So
I was upset. I was upset that they just didn't call the show Mr. Anderson and have the same guy, the older guy from Beavis, the one with the jacking off.
We just heard from him not too long ago.
Yeah, that bothered me, and I couldn't take to it for that very simple and stupid reason.
Peacock's The Paper, a spin-off of The Office, debuting September 4th, follows the familiar documentary crew to a struggling Midwestern newspaper where they reunite with Oscar Martinez, now working as an accountant. The new cast aims to keep local journalism alive with heart, humor, and a nod to Scranton, the setting for the American version of The Office. Meanwhile, ABC is getting the band back together with a Scrubs reboot featuring Zach Braff, Donald Faison, and Sarah Chalk reprising their roles as J.D., Turk, and Elliot. The revival will blend old favorites with new interns navigating a changed medical world.
I also never saw it, but I sure as hell like those 2 lead characters. They're very funny on television commercials.
Yeah, I hope they're careful with this one, though. That was excellent. That series was beautiful, and I don't think you should mess with it.
That show could be one of the funniest on TV, but at the same time, sometimes some of the weirdest on TV. I think they were too clever at times, but very, very funny. You're right, Ashley. According to the official log line, medicine has changed, interns have changed, but J.D. and Turk's bromance has stood the test of time. The original Scrubs began on NBC in 2001, ending on ABC in 2010. The next season is expected to debut sometime this year.
Sometime this year. Those guys are very funny.
Yeah, they're great together. Jane Lynch, Sue Sylvester on Glee, Saz Pataki on Only Murders in the Building is 65.
I love her.
Me too. Jack Black's partner in Tenacious D, Kyle Gass, 65 as well.
Was that a reference to his last name, or are you not liking the guy?
I don't like the guy.
Okay.
Happy birthday to I May As Well Just Flipped This House to Jesus from Barsaw Jesus, and that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver.
That's the guy. That's the guy whose chin looks like balls.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Cruz going back. Cruz to the wall. Looks up. It is gone. He's done it. Byron Buxton, a cycle. A 7th-inning home run to straightaway center field. The Twins have their first cycle as a team since 2019. First cycle ever at Target Field. And guess who? The All-Star, Byron Buxton.
I mean, simply one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. We'll get to that in just a minute. Joining us at this time, retired television news anchor Randy Shaver. Hello, Randy.
Hello, Randy.
College professor Brad Ryder.
Good morning.
How are you Peckerheads doing today? Good?
Everything's good.
Can't complain.
Let me ask Brad Ryder something first. Here we are on a Monday. Brad, has anyone ever said to you, looks like somebody has a case of the Mondays?
I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Yeah.
You have had that, Sadie? Randy Shaver. Randy Shaver, your thoughts on Mondays now that you're a retired senior citizen?
They all blend together.
You don't care?
I don't honestly care. The only thing that Mondays mean for me is that I'm back with you guys.
Okay.
That's really the only thing.
And that's good news usually, isn't it? That you're back.
No, it's great news.
The reason I ask is we were reading something earlier. A group of researchers poured a bunch of old timers into a room. Older folks like yourself, clinging to life, retired people, and they found out that when you've spent most of your life stressing about work or stressing about going to school on a Monday, that sticks with you even in retirement. They said a lot of these retired people still hate Mondays, even though it doesn't mean Dick Tracy anymore.
I got to be honest with you, Nick. I hated near the end, probably the last 4 years, and maybe longer.
Yeah.
I hated Sunday nights.
Oh, there's Cubby. That's a Cubby thing right
worse
there.
than Monday mornings.
Yeah.
Because Sunday nights meant I had to start thinking about my week again. And I hated that so much.
That's what Josh was saying earlier. He hates Sundays.
I don't now, but when I was going to school.
Oh, when you were a kid.
Yeah,
Well, when I worked in sports, you didn't really think about Mondays as a bad day because you worked 7 days a week anyway. I mean, it didn't matter. I mean, you were working.
Boo-hoo!
No. I'm giving you the distinction here.
You had odd work hours.
Yeah, I had odd work hours. I had odd work days. But now the profession that I'm in, it is a big time dreading Mondays day.
The kids call that the Sunday scaries.
Sunday scaries? So you get anxiety on a Sunday about the week ahead.
Drink too much
Other
the day
professors
before.
hate Mondays, and students hate Mondays, and
Sure, Brad, when you were working for, say, the Timberwolves or the Twins, you're always traveling. You got a game on Monday, Tuesday. They all kind of were the same.
Especially when you're in season. I mean, they all just kind of
well, that's what I mean.
You might have had a back-to-back on a Saturday and a Sunday, and you might have had Monday off.
Right.
Days of the week didn't matter.
But now you're a Monday through Friday regular stiff kind of a guy, and Sundays aggravate you just like the rest of us. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Even retired people hate Mondays up until the day that they die. A lot of them do, at least.
Yeah.
All right. What else is going on? Oh, yeah, one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time, and I'm sure the rest of you feel the same way, Byron Buxton hitting for the cycle Saturday at home against the Pirates on his bobblehead day, the first cycle ever at Target Field, the weekend heading into the All-Star break. It doesn't get any better than that, in my opinion, outside of the playoff.
Gosh, I just love him so much.
I think Jim Souhan's article today, where the headline reads, Twins Buxton has had a 13-year journey to stardom, kind of describes what we're seeing right now. We are seeing, and we've seen glimpses of it over the last 13 years, but man, this year we're actually really seeing what could have been had the guy stayed healthy all that time. I mean, he's just electric, even at his age right now and the way he's playing. And that was honestly, that was one of the coolest games I've watched in a long time.
Man.
To see him get the cycle and get it in dramatic fashion, it's pretty cool.
Saving the dong for last, dude. That's like in the movies.
So awesome.
He went single, triple, double dong, and it was just a perfect ending to a terrific first half of the season for Buck. It couldn't have happened to a better guy.
I missed the game completely, and I was getting texts from people. I thought they were yanking me. That's too perfect. On his bobblehead day, hits the cycle before the All-Star game. Like, there's no way. You're messing with me.
Right.
After the game, Buck said, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous before the game started because it was my bobblehead day.
You want to perform well on that.
Yeah. I don't want to go 0 for 4 on bobblehead night.
I didn't think players were all that aware of such things, but he said, obviously, you want to come out and do something good on your bobblehead day, and the sumbitch goes 5 for 5 with a cycle.
Those are Kirby Puckett-like numbers.
Yes, 12th cycle in Twins history. The last player to do it, go!
Kubel.
It was not Kadire. It was not Kubel. It was only 6 years ago. I'll give you another hint. He was an infielder. I'll give you another hint, I believe. Now, I'm not going to tell you where he plays. He was an infielder, and it was only 6 years ago. All right, sounds like you guys need another hint. I think he currently plays for the Seattle Mariners. Go!
Oh, Polanco.
Jorge Polanco. So the Twins head into the All-Star break. Couple games under 500. They did lose yesterday to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Could have been 500 had they won that game.
Yeah.
That game kind of had a vibe of all the players who were looking forward to being on a beach or a golf course.
Yep. And I'm sure that's around the league.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sure everybody was like, okay.
Let's get this over with.
Look at the average game times from that Sunday before the All-Star break, and they're always really short games.
Exactly.
Let's get out of here as quick as possible. All right, just got a text message, and there's only one guy qualified on this program to answer this question, and that'd be Brad Ryder, because he played high school baseball.
Okay.
The question is, what is a cycle? I've never heard of this.
Oh, my God.
Brad Ryder's the only one qualified to answer. Please let Brad answer.
It's when a batter hits a single, double, triple, and a home run in the same game.
Doesn't have to be in that order, does it, Brad?
It does not have to be in that order.
Don't they have a name for it, though, when you do it in order?
I think
they call that a unicycle or a bicycle
or a pure cycle or something.
I think
natural. I've heard. Yeah,
natural cycle.
I don't friggin' know. Thank you for asking, though. We're willing to answer any questions around here, especially with as many qualified people as we have on staff, right, Josh? Highly qualified people. They finished the first half of the season a couple games under 500. Obviously, it would take a miracle to catch the Detroit Tigers. But do you see this club, with all their injury issues, do you see this club sneaking into the playoffs by the end of the season?
I mean, wild card wise, they're sitting 4 games out of a wild card spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of options now these days for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that is reasonable. I think the question is going to be how much of a shakeup in the American League in front of them will there be when we see trades happen?
Oh, yeah, the trade deadline will factor in, yeah.
At the end of this month, will the Twins be a buyer or a seller? Doubt they're going to be a seller. That doesn't seem to be their MO right now. But they are within reach. I don't think there's any question. I mean, they're 4 games out in the loss column to Seattle. And all of that is doable. And we've seen teams that get super hot after the All-Star break and make a great run. And the Twins are they capable of it? Sure. It would be a better possibility if Lopez was still pitching and Bailey Ober wasn't on the injured list and all of those things.
Yeah. Speaking of that trade deadline, I keep reading one of these. Every day I read one of these. The Tigers are interested in trading for Griffin Jackson, Johan Duran. The Phillies are thinking about it too. Yes, Brad Ryder.
I was just going to say, well, on that note, the Twins are probably not going to trade within the division.
I doubt that.
They're not going to trade.
Most clubs don't do that.
Somebody is in the division.
Not during a season, anyway.
Right.
Yeah, you're talking about Seattle. I mean, Seattle just went in and swept Detroit in Detroit.
Nice.
So they're a pretty good team. I mean, we saw them earlier this month too, and they're a pretty good club.
Yeah, they're good.
If that's who they're chasing,
they're getting all those starting pitchers back from injury too. That team is dangerous.
Yeah, and if that's who they're chasing, I don't know. I mean, I hate to be down about it, but it's gonna be an uphill climb. Even though they're only 4 back, if that's the team they're chasing, it's gonna be hard.
Speaking of hitting for the cycle, Jeep Wrangler Jesus is texted in. He's got his own personal version of the cycle and has nothing to do with batting. Josh, it's when he has 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, 4 beers, maybe in one of those fresh catch fish sandwiches. That's Jeep Wrangler Jesus' personal cycle.
Well, if the Twins do go on a run in the second half, it helps that they're opening up with the Rockies.
Yeah, they go to Colorado to start the second half of the season. If you're wondering who's pitching to Byron Buxton in the home run derby tonight, it's third base coach Tommy Watkins. And apparently this is a very special thing for the both of them. When Buck asked Tommy Watkins to pitch to him in the home run derby, apparently the both of them got emotional. They've known each other for many years. Tommy's been in the system. He's like a Twins lifer, Tommy Watkins. And was with Buck from the get-go when Buxton first, entered the minor league system. So this is a really cool thing we're going to get to see tonight. I'm not sure. What time does it start? I don't have a newspaper. They start 7 o'clock tonight, the home run derby?
Something like that, yeah.
7? 7? Mm-hmm. I'm very much looking forward to seeing these two guys operate together.
Yeah.
Tommy Watkins doesn't want to take any of the attention away from Buxton. He says, I'm happy for him. I'm excited to be part of the deal. Oh, by God, it's...
I just hope Buck doesn't get hurt.
Oh, God.
I hope, yeah. I mean, I hope that he doesn't ruin his swing by doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
A lot of guys won't participate in this for that reason.
Right. But, I mean, he's near the end of his career, and this is an opportunity that I think at this point in your career, you can't pass up. You're already there for the All-Star game itself. I think you got to do it.
Yeah.
Home state, all that stuff.
Now,
I just think you got to do it.
I'm glad you brought up the swing. Does the home run derby ruin a player's swing? That's what we've heard.
It can.
It can. We've heard this and that about it over the years. Someone at the bar yesterday even brought that up. Oh, it ruins. According to some research that was done, they at least looked into every sumbitch that competed in the home run derby over the last 4 or 5 years and said there's no evidence that at least in the 4 or 5 years the home run derby has ruined anybody's swing. The numbers actually show slightly better production from these players after the home run derby. Juan Soto of the Mets, is he with the Mets still, or
He's with the Mets.
Juan Soto believed the derby fixed his swing in 20 and 21. So at least in the last 4 or 5 years, according to these baseball dorks who looked at all the numbers, it's actually helped the fellas for one reason or another. The quote that I read that really cracked me up, Rooker, what's his first name?
Brent.
Brent Rooker, who was a Twin for an hour and a half, and now he hits home runs for the don't call them the Sacramento Athletics, and he's going to be in the Derby tonight. Great hitter, fun to watch. Someone asked this Rooker guy, are you worried about it ruining your swing? And he said, what, are you kidding me? I've been trying to hit a home run every at-bat since I was 2. He said, it's the only, he's like, that's my only card to play is the home. I'm not I'm not worried about nothing. That's what I do. I uppercut swing at everything.
Yep, that's what he does.
It's probably just a convenient excuse if a guy comes out cold to start the second half of the season.
No,
it was because of the Derby.
Yeah, the last 5 or 6 years, everybody, the whole concept of the game has been trying to hit more home runs in games anyway. So I don't know how you can argue that it would ruin your swing.
So many players have just a straight-up uppercut swing now.
Yeah, 20 years ago, I can see where that would be the case.
Yeah.
Not now.
Joe Ryan at the All-Star break.
Good.
He had a 2.72 ERA, and he'll also be.
And he beat Paul Skeens on Saturday.
Yeah, he did.
So awesome.
Joe Ryan will also be there tonight and tomorrow. 2.72 ERA. Over 109 and 1/3 innings thrown. So that makes for the best first half ERA by a Twin starter since Johan Santana in 2007.
That's impressive.
And yes, he beat Paul Skeens.
And I don't think he's had the offensive help that a lot of the other all-star pitchers have had this season. You know, the Twins are a -8 differential, so they're not scoring a ton of runs.
They're not killing it.
Right.
When Joe
like the Yankees are plus 111. I mean, he's been doing a lot of that. I mean, he's gotten some great bullpen help behind him in some of his starts. He's had some tough luck where his team just didn't score when he was pitching. Saturday was a great game to watch. I mean, the two guys battled pretty well, and I think, you know, those kind of matchups are super fun to watch. So,
we mispronounced that dude's name. It's not Brent Rooker. It's Frau Brooker.
Young Frankenstein.
That's right. God, I was stressed over the weekend with that Major League Baseball draft. I don't know about the rest of you.
Oh, didn't sleep.
The Twins selected a Wake Forest shortstop by the name of Marek Houston in their first pick. You know who else went to Wake Forest?
Tim Duncan?
Yeah. You know who else?
Nope.
I think I got this right. No, I got it wrong.
The Cone.
I got it right. The Cone did go to Wake Forest. I was going to say Jay Cutler, but he was Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt,
yeah. I got screwed up. I always want to bring up Jay Cutler. I got excited.
He's pretty tall.
Who's tall?
The shortstop that we got. Yeah, he's 6'6".
Oh, wait. Oh, no, you're thinking of the other guy.
Oh, am I thinking of the other guy?
The Twins also drafted Delman Young's nephew.
Yeah.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah.
That's like abnormally tall for a shortstop, right?
Yeah, and he is 6'6". You're right. That's getting there. That's up there for a shortstop. Yeah.
Sometimes they'll move those guys though.
Oh yeah.
They draft them as a shortstop.
Yeah, especially the high school kids.
He's still in high school. His name is Quentin Young. He's a 6'6" shortstop. Yeah, well, if he even has a cup of coffee in the big leagues, he'll probably end up in the outfield.
That would just be crazy. Like rolling up to a game and seeing a shortstop that tall. That'd really throw me off.
Yeah, and, whatever. Delman Young's just one of my favorite ex-Twins just because he was kind of an unpredictable character.
There was always something with him.
Yeah, so I just wanted to throw that in there because he's Delman Young's nephew. Still in high school. It was kind of funny when I was reading about him because, odds are maybe he never makes it to the bigs, right? Mm-hmm. But I was reading about his athletic abilities. Got a great arm and all that. But the part that I enjoyed was the article said, he's actually not terrible at shortstop.
Oh.
And I said, well, I hope he's not terrible at shortstop.
That's great for a shortstop.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's like when people say to us, oh, you're actually funny. Thank you.
Never heard that.
And thank you for your text messages. I'm sorry, people say what?
Oh, you're actually funny.
Oh, when you meet people, you're actually funny.
All right, thank you.
I wasn't so sure you were going to be funny.
F off.
Oh, you're better looking than I thought you'd be.
You've never heard that.
No, that was wishful thinking, Josh.
Never in a million years.
Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners broke the American League record for most home runs hit before the All-Star break. He hit 38 hogs.
Wow.
Dang.
That's impressive.
37th and 38th were hit Friday night. Now, like you said, the Mariners swept the Tigers over the weekend. Raleigh had a chance to tie the record for most home runs going into the All-Star break. I mean, not just American League, but the entire league. He had the chance to tie the record, but the Tigers intentionally walked him in his last at-bat yesterday.
What a bunch of dicks.
And people are pissed about it. It did make sense to walk him in that situation. They weren't just being dicks.
It wasn't like a 10-4 ball game or anything like that?
No, it was still a 3-run ball game. First base was open. They intentionally walked him, and everybody wet their pants, calling the Tigers a bunch of pricks. Speaking of yard sales, over the weekend, stupid Aaron Judge became the fastest hitter to reach 350 career dongs. He did it 192 games faster than the next guy. Who would be? Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder?
Sorry, I was doing something else. I missed that.
What the hell are you doing while we're on the?
I'm looking at. I'm trying to find some information.
Were you clipping your toenails or something?
No. He's scrolling the hub.
Is it information that we can use on the program?
Yes, I'm looking up the American Century. see how Joe Mauer did this weekend.
I've got that covered, Randy. Pay attention.
All right, I'm sorry.
I'm going to cover all of that.
You know Nick. He's on top of the golf tournament every Monday.
When it's a celebrity golf tournament, I'm on it, Brad
I was
Ryder.
also trying to figure out who is Taylor Twellman, but I figured that out.
Soccer players originally from Minnesota.
Yeah, he's an ESPN
Is he from Minnesota?
Can we go back to baseball and we'll cover the golf when Josh is ready? Josh says, I'm not ready for this golf stuff yet, he said. We're still talking baseball, didn't you, Josh?
I did. I handed you a note.
Jesus Christ, it's like getting attacked by a basket full of kittens.
Relax. Relax.
It's like someone just turned
Monday.
loose
Relax.
a basket of kittens.
He called us kittens. That's sweet.
Well, you can't say the other word.
What was the question?
Doesn't matter anymore.
Aaron Judge
Yes.
became the fastest hitter to reach 350 career dongs. He did it 192 games faster than the next guy. Whose record did he break? Go.
Barry Bonds.
Good guess, but no.
God, probably a Mark McGuire.
Oh.
Guessing.
Now aren't you glad we came back to the baseball topic?
Is that right?
That's why I rang the bell.
There you go. There you go. I don't need to listen.
He's a
actually
natural.
researching that answer, and it took him that long to get it.
No, I mean, McGuire was so young when he and Sosa were having that battle. It just kind of makes sense.
Now you know who's next on the list.
It was a live ball era, too. The ball was flying, so.
So most career home runs, how do I say this again? Fastest hitter to reach 350 career home runs. Now first on the list is stupid Aaron Judge. And then Mark McGuire. After that, Harmon Killebrew.
Gosh, really?
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't have guessed that because although Harmon was super young when he started playing here, right? He was like 19 when he started with the Twins. So you kind of have to look at those guys and see what age they were when they got up to the big leagues. It was a lot easier to get up to the big leagues at 19 and 20 back in that day than it is now.
Yeah, and he did slow down once he hit his early 30s a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody slows down when they hit their early 30s, right?
I can't wait.
Oh, maybe more so your early 40s.
Yeah, I'm slowing down.
Terry Francona became the 13th manager in Major League history to reach 2,000 wins yesterday.
Yeah, good.
He and Bruce Bochy are the only active managers with at least 2,000 wins. Well,
he's got the Reds in a fairly decent position.
That wouldn't hurt my feels to see the Cincinnati Reds in there somewhere.
They're 3 games over 500 in a division that kind of is, there's a lot can happen in that division. I mean, the Cubs are 7.5 ahead of them, but there's a lot that can happen. So,
all right, here we go, Randy Shaver. Former NHL player Joe Pavelski won the big old celebrity golf tournament over the weekend in Lake Tahoe, wherever that is.
Yeah. Edgewood Tahoe.
This is
great
fun.
Course.
What do they call it?
It's Edgewood Tahoe.
Edgewood.
Fabulous course, yeah.
This was, the only golf tournament I would ever watch. Watching a bunch of old hockey players.
Did you actually watch it?
Well, it was on at the bar, and I sat next to my bro Morley, and Morley and I were saying, okay, that's that hockey player, that's that old football, that's that actor, there's Ray Romano, that whole thing.
Cool, yeah.
So Joe Pavelski wins it. He beat out John Smoltz, former terrific big league pitcher. Pavelski was second last year, so he finally got it done.
Marty Fish.
Marty Fish beat him last year. In third place was country and western singer Jake Owen. Anyone?
Barefoot Blue Jean Night.
Huh?
Barefoot Blue Jean Night. That's one of his big singles.
That's impressive.
Well, that sounds nothing like a country
I know,
song
right?
title.
Yeah, you'd think that was heavy metal.
Does he say?
I watched part of this, and they were talking yesterday about how Jake Owen has not. He at least admitted to the announcers or the producers that he hadn't played a full round of golf in 7 months coming into that tournament.
Oh, that just pisses me off.
How did he get so good at golf if he spends his time writing country and western songs?
He goes and hits balls at the range, and
Caution.
Licensed music ahead. This part of the program has been edited.
I've never heard it.
All right, here's the deal. No, neither have I. I've never heard of the guy. Okay, turn it off.
He said, count the cliches that he brings up in this
Okay,
song.
speaking of the cliches.
Yeah.
Okay, look up the lyrics to that song. I've never heard of the guy, never heard the song. Look up the lyrics of the song. If he doesn't say mason jar in there somewhere, Dana, I'll give you $5.
You owe me $5. He totally doesn't say that.
Never says mason jar?
He doesn't.
Does he say anything about food on a Sunday?
He talks about ruby red lips and sipping on sweet tea.
That song. I have heard that song then.
He talks about grabbing a beer and his old guitar.
See, he's got all the cliches. He doesn't say. Yeah, that's pretty. He doesn't say anything about eating a meal on a Sunday.
I don't see anything about that.
God, but Josh, the fact that he mentioned sweet tea, is that close enough?
That's pretty close.
And did you know that he was shining the lighters in the dark in the middle of a rock show? That's what he says, too.
But he does not say what he's drinking that sweet tea out of. You're sure of that?
Yep.
See, I hate the new style of country music.
I hate that I know every word to this song.
Yeah, we're sitting around with our blue jeans. Shut up. It's so dumb.
And now you're not going to get it out of your head all day.
Give me cruise to the
riverside.
Yeah, darn it. This is going to be stuck in my head all day. This is a bad Monday.
Anything about how far away he is from what's the town again, Josh?
Nashville?
No, the town. He's 100 miles out from Santa Fe. Is it Santa Fe?
Santa Fe, yeah. Well, you can park out by the lake.
Parking out by the lake, yeah.
Does he even mention anything about blue jeans? I'm looking at the lyrics.
Well, he said
Oh,
something.
you just missed it, yeah.
He just said barefoot blue jean night.
Okay. I don't know. It just seems to me.
Oh, I see. I was looking up the wrong song.
Oh. They cannot resist talking about mason jars. They can't. It's like crack rocks to today's country singers. They always have to say something about a mason jar and something about what they had to eat on a Sunday. Here's classic country Jesus, who's texted in to say, Jake Owen sucks. He hasn't been relevant in 10 years.
Yeah, this song did come out in 2011, now that I look it up. So
is that right?
Yeah, so his biggest hit was 15 years ago, damn near.
Never heard of the guy. Never heard of the guy. That's funny, though. Ashley, right away. I hate that song.
Just heard it so much.
All right, we were talking about this silly celebrity golf tournament. Who else did well? Stephen Curry was 5th place. Charles Barkley was 69th out of the 90-player field. You know who finished in 11th place? Adam Thielen. You know who else finished in 11th place? Matt Ryan. You know who finished in 19th place?
Joe Mauer.
Joe Mauer.
You know who finished in 15th place?
15th, go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers.
Karen is how you pronounce the name.
I thought I saw Sam Darnold there, too.
He was there.
Don't care.
You know who finished in 46th place? Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
All right.
He tied with Nate Bargatze.
Oh, that's fun. I love that guy so much.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I don't mean to go back to Jake Owen, but I just have to let you know real quick, Nick, that he does have a song called Anything for You, and he mentions a mason jar.
Of course he does.
You got to catch a star in a mason jar.
I'm telling you. Somebody needs to put a stop to this. Johnny Cash needs to climb clear of his grave and say, enough is enough with the friggin' mason jars and what you had to eat on Sunday. People are telling me it's a typical pratfall. Or is that the word, Josh? Not pratfall.
Pratfall.
That's not it. Trope, sure. Because it rhymes with guitar.
Oh, jarring.
Yeah, so they always have to put those two together. You know who finished in 24th place at this celebrity golf tournament? Vinny Del Negro.
He was leading after day one. I hate that I know that information, but I do.
Josh, you know who finished in 28th place?
Who dat?
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Well, that's not bad.
No, that's really good. There was 90 guys out there.
Does he have to celebrate birdie putts with the Carlton dance? I feel like he has to.
He might be miserable about it, but everyone, I'm sure, asked him to.
Mm-hmm.
I think they make him do it at least once a round while he's out there.
He'd have to.
They give him some extra cash on the side or something.
Throwing dollar bills at him. Do the dance!
You want to hear the old joke again? You know what you get when you play country music backwards? Your truck runs, your dog is alive, and your woman loves you.
Oh, man.
You know who finished in 38th place at the celebrity golf tournament, Josh?
Who dat?
Kyle Lowry. Emmett Smith.
No, I don't see our guy Mike Madonna on here. I thought he was playing.
He didn't make it. I guess he didn't make it.
Play.
He didn't make it.
Oh, that's too
Emmett
bad.
Smith finished 57th. Zach Levine, 58th. Jim McMahon, 67th. In 68th place, Marcus Allen. In 78th place, Larry the Cable Guy. In 85th place, The Miz.
If you want to feel good about yourself, go to click on Rich Eisen's scorecard.
He had a tough one.
Oh my God!
All right,
He had a
let's
tough
see.
weekend.
Double.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have any idea what any of that means. Why did you just say double so many times in the room?
Two over par on every hole.
You can click on. I think they only give them a max of 2 over. I think you pick up and you move on.
Oh, it could have been so bad then.
Yeah. So I mean, you can click their names on the website and it'll show you their scorecard for the 3 days, which is kind of fun to look at. Yeah. So
With all the red and orange, it almost kind of looks like a summer heat map, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe after like the first day, after like hole 4, he was like, all right, this is just going to be for fun now.
Oh, you know he was getting his chops busted left and right, too.
What was that country song we were talking about again?
Barefoot Blue Jean Night.
One of our listeners texted in to tell us that they had sex to that song in high school.
Oh, good for you.
Anyone here ever have sex to a song and you thought to yourself, well, it's just kind of weird that we're having sex to this song? It just didn't really fit up, didn't match up. I'll tell you mine. Many, many years ago, I found myself having sex while Bohemian Rhapsody was playing.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
And it was just kind of weird with all the operatic stuff and the
that's too long of a song.
Mamma
too.
Mia.
Yeah. Did you make it through the whole song?
Christ, back in those days, I could have pumped my way through the Queen catalog.
Not a song, and not sex either, but The Exorcist was re-released in theaters when I was in middle school, 8th grade, some type of anniversary edition. And I made out with a girl while watching The Exorcist, and that kind of didn't really fit, but you know, when you're that age and you don't really get that many opportunities, you're like, whatever.
Hell, there could have been a real demonic child in the room and you would have continued making out. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody set kind of a weird tone for me back in the day where I thought, you know, this is a little dramatic. Very dramatic song.
Yeah. I'm sure there's been times. I have a playlist, though, to make sure that doesn't happen.
You have a sexual playlist.
Yep.
And you hit
Is it
play.
just commercial jingles? Because I love commercial jingles.
Nice and short, so they're perfect for you, Josh.
Yeah, like an Oscar Mayer jingle or something like that.
I haven't used it in a while. Now it's just like background TV noise. I need at least just some TV noise going on. But
So you have a sex playlist?
yes, and do you want to know the title? It's really creative.
Sure.
Sex.
Just sex.
Can you tell us a couple of the artists?
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. Let me just pull it up quick.
She's pulling up her sexual playlist, Randy and Brad.
And how
I'm
many
sure you
songs
guys are
is
super
it?
excited about this.
How many songs is it?
Let's see.
Like ballpark. You don't have to look exact.
I don't even. Where do we find those?
Like
on
2?
here? Oh, no. No. There's probably at least 20, I'd say.
My goodness.
That'll last a couple of years.
All right, let's see. Oh, 29 tracks. I've got like The Weeknd, Rihanna.
What's the weirdest one on there?
I guess.
Got any 2 Live Crew on that thing?
My goodness.
Probably Under Oath. I don't know why I have Under Oath on there.
I don't know what that means.
Which song?
It's like
Under Oath?
A boy brushed red, living in black and white. It's like harder rock,
Hard rock?
screamo kind of vibe.
What's it called again? What's the song?
A boy brushed red, living in black and white.
Oh, so much to tell you.
I know.
Yeah.
I have
Here's
some
a-
Nickelback on there, of course.
Well, Nickelback's good to bump to. Here's a listener who texted in and said back in high school they found themselves having sex to the song God Is Watching Us by Bette Midler. A lot of listeners texted in about their, the songs they've had sex to, whether it was awkward or not. Return of the Mac. I know that one because there was a twin who used that as their at-bat. Does Buxton still use that as his at-bat music, Return of the Mac? I know that one.
Ooh, Pony by Genuine.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
Classic.
Sure, I could see that for sure.
That sounds like burping.
I had a teacher in middle school when that song came out. They're like, why do you guys like that song? It sounds like he's a frog ribbiting into the microphone.
Nightmare Jesus, he and his girlfriend were banging to Baby Got Back, and they started laughing so hard they had to stop. Miley Cyrus is good sex music, people say. Burn, Bitch, Burn by Kiss. I remember that one. That's off their 1984 record, Animalize. Hey, the dude who got ragdolled out on the golf course by a former NHL enforcer last week.
I watched that whole thing this weekend. I was just dying.
This has been like the most popular video in the world over the last number of days. A golf dispute. They're hollering.
Bang.
Wasn't that awesome, that part?
They're hollering at each
Mike
other.
Breen. They should have put Mike Breen.
Oh, that's his thing. Yeah, he says bang.
Come on, man.
Golf dispute in Canada. Two groups hollering at each other. Two guys end up fighting. One of them is a former NHL enforcer, and he just destroyed his opposition. Like we've been talking about, bang has become the top catchphrase on golf courses all over the world ever since this hit Canadian social media. So, the guy who got whooped released an apology video and sent it out to the godless internet. And he came off very cool. He owned it. He feels bad. I give him all the credit in the world. I do.
Totally agree. It's changed my opinion on the guy.
Definitely.
Yeah. What did he say?
Here you go.
Yep, that's me, guys. The guy that got dropped like a bucket of balls in a pond. Not my finest moment, I know. Looks real bad. Played 36 holes of golf. We drank way too much, and my mouth ran fast from my brain. All jokes aside, guys, I'd like to apologize to all the folks on the course, anyone caught up in it, and anyone who had to deal with me that day. I lost my cool, and I've learned from it. Just one of those days where you should have kept the cart on the path, you know? Stay hydrated, keep your stick on the ice, maybe stick to 18.
That guy's so Canadian, he makes me sick.
I love it. I'd go play around with that guy. He seems cool.
Keep the stick on the ice and maybe stick to 18, he said. He had too many beers. We've all been there. I really I thought the guy did a great job in, not that he owed anyone an apology or an explanation. Right. Hell, fights happen, but he came off nicely.
I definitely have more sympathy for him knowing that he played 36 holes. What are you doing?
Effing cry about it and bang have become the top catchphrases on Canadian golf courses.
He seemed very sincere. It didn't seem like somebody wrote it for him.
Yeah.
No,
he seemed like he was reading it at all.
He did come off very sincere. Listeners are texting in. We're talking about our sexual soundtracks. What do we have going on in the background when we're getting it smooth on? One of our listeners says there's only one song to have sex to, and that's Manny Pacquiao singing sometimes when
6 to midnight.
Manny has a lot in common with other terrific singers. He's completely out of his mind.
Yeah, he's taken a couple shots to the head over the years.
Totally and completely off his rocker, like a lot of other great singers. I always feel like somebody's watching me is a song to
That just reminds me of, was that like Swiffer? Did they use that in their commercials forever?
Well, I don't remember. The old Rockwell song, it's just that is one of the worst songs to ever become a hit in the history of music. Rockwell, I always feel that is such a horrible it pays when Quincy Jones is your dad. Or was it Quincy Jones? This is his son, right? There's a text right here that says, ain't nobody trying to watch Rockwell. That's true. No one's trying to watch Rockwell. Ooh, you want to talk about a good guitar riff and a good song to bang to, Josh? Whitesnake, slide it in. Whan and amp.
You get a lot from their catalog.
Nan amp. Whan and amp. Rock lyrics back then were so dirty.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, when he played that live at Met Center in 1987, if in between lyrics, if he would have looked into my eyes and told me to kill everyone in the room, I would have done it. Lister just texted in and said, you guys have the weirdest format changes.
Yeah. It's got to be confusing when people, it shows the playlist. It's got to be confusing.
The best part is the podcast email I send to our podcast editor. He's going to be like, what the heck
That's gonna be a
were
novel,
you guys doing today?
Talking about songs to bang to.
You should have played that Bette Midler song and really thrown him off.
Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster is a good banging song. Says, cyst bigger than a nutsack, Jesus. He's got a cyst bigger than a nutsack. He likes Molly Hatchet, huh? I got a buddy who still listens to Molly Hatchet all the time. All right. Let me leave you with this thought as we got to go. Should the Timberwolves, where do you stand so far, Randy Shaver? Should they or should they not?
Should they?
I'm going to say they should not, based on how you're leading into this.
Okay. Brad's going to say they should not. Randy, should they or should they not?
Probably should not, but go ahead.
Should the Timberwolves consider a Kevin Love reunion?
Absolutely.
No.
Oh, well.
No.
I mean, if they hadn't re-signed Joe Ingles, because that's basically the
right
role that they're going to give him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Death from above, we used to call Kevin Love on this program. Well, it'd be nice to see him hanging around. But, yeah, they already got a worn-out veteran who's going to sit on the bench with a towel around his neck and help people. No offense to Joe Ingles. I'm kidding. Joe Ingles comes off like the nicest guy, but that's kind of his role. He's kind of a locker room guy, rah-rah guy, a lot of knowledge. Now I came off like I didn't like Joe Ingles, and that's not the truth.
He would probably admit that that's his role.
Yeah, I suppose he would. He's a funny guy. All right, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, you guys have a terrific Monday, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for contributing to that sex and songs conversation. You guys really jumped right in there.
More than welcome.
You guys can leave.
Okay.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
We'll be right back with this and that on the program.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
The United States have the lead.
The United States in full command.
To the back post, settled, scores! Centering, doubling his tally.
Never miss a game.
Hooks it across, into the middle, and there's the opening goal. 2 for the United States.
Never miss a moment.
Barreling in, cutting in, going for goal, deflected and in. Yeah!
The U.S. Soccer Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Half-Assed Morning Show, 93X.
I mean, what a hell of an operation we got going here on a Monday morning. We thank you for hanging out with us. We've gotten all the way up to 8:33, a conversation we were having a few minutes ago. Songs that we've had sex to. It's not always intentional. It's not always like Ashley, who hits play on her playlist titled Sex.
Never made one. I've never had somebody play one.
You should play some music when you do it, Josh. Because there's no sound otherwise. You should play some music while you guys do.
There's like TV in the background.
Is there usually the television?
Sometimes, they'll make an announcement over the loudspeaker at the Target or wherever it is.
Every once in a while, the bus driver will announce the next stop.
Yeah.
There is some sound when you're having sex. Sometimes it's intentional, like Ashley has a sex playlist. Sometimes you just find yourself folding to a song, and our listeners were texted in on the subject. Here's one listener who has sex to an old Tupac song called, the song is called You Wonder Why They Call You a Bitch?
What? They're into some stuff.
Is that for real?
If everybody's cool with that song.
Did he have a song called You Wonder Why They Call You a Bitch?
Yeah, I think it even made his greatest hits album.
What?
Mm-hmm.
One of our listeners texted in to say, if you could see my dating history, the most appropriate song to have sex to would be the Monster Mash. the bubbling in the background, right? Of
I play that every Halloween.
I was working in the lab one night when I created.
I was in Vegas over Easter weekend once, and we were at this crappy casino, and they had karaoke. And this guy gets up and he goes and he's doing the Monster Mash. But anytime Monster Mash came up, he said, "It's an Easter Bash." An Easter Bash. He just replaced.
That's frustrating.
It was so weird.
That's against the rules.
It was so bizarre.
That's a lot of fun.
Oh, now I really want it to be Halloween time.
The Monster Mash is fun. I don't give a rat's ass who you are. One listener, well, this is Wisco smartass firefighter Jesus, says he likes to have sex while playing a live record. It's like having people cheer you on. And finally, a listener. Yes, John.
Sorry, I thought my mic was on.
Oh.
Nightmare Jesus said that my song is the crying game.
I don't know.
That is
Is that a sad song?
It's a weird song.
Josh, you mentioned having the TV on the background. What if it was a show with a laugh track? I think that would kind of throw you off a little bit.
One of our listeners texted in to say one night he was having sex with a lady to the song Arms of an Angel by Sarah McLachlan. He said, next thing I know, I had a pregnant girlfriend and I had adopted a 3-legged dog.
That song instantly depresses me because I think of those commercials.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Cubby, what'd you do this past weekend? Did you hang out with any bros? Did you get together with the bros?
Did I hang out with any bros? No, I didn't this weekend.
A new report has cut loose, and it says here, every friend group tends to have one person who gets targeted or becomes the butt of the joke more than the rest of the crew. Oh, yes, that is the truth, and we are relentless.
Yep. I would say we spread ours around.
I'm with you, Josh.
Maybe there's one guy that kind of gets it a little more, but for the most part, we spread ours around.
Yeah, I suppose. It's fairly evenly spread around. But like you said, there's one or two that probably get a higher percentage than the average.
Well, they make it easy. All right.
Some of them make it easy. Yes, they do.
Now, if this is specifically family, by far it is me.
Oh, yeah. Your kids are ruthless.
Not even close.
It's disrespectful and it's wrong.
I mean, it goes around in the family, certainly, but there's no competition. I get it the most from absolutely everybody. Now, I do enjoy it the most, so maybe that's partly why, but I'm sure I make it easy on other people.
Our friend group is pretty relentless, heartless. I mean, we've gone too far a few times when it comes to busting the balls of our fellow bros.
I would consider, like same type of relationship between 93X listeners and ourselves, with the ball busting. And just like in my group of friends, sometimes you're surprised at the things people will ball bust you over, and it's quite genius. Or somebody will call out something that you never would have thought of.
Just when you think you're safe.
Yeah, when you're like, oh, I never noticed that about myself or whatever.
No, it
just like it's so observant.
It can be brilliant. And that's why it's so much fun, because every once in a while someone pulls something out of their ass that's truly brilliant. I mean, but like I said, sometimes it's bordering on, oh God, was that too far? I guess that's the fine line that you walk, and that's the fun of it all.
There's definitely been times where I've been sitting like amongst a male friend group, and there's some times where I'm like, what? That was kind of mean.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
That poor guy looks like he might cry a little.
It can get bad.
I'll tell you this though, there are some people that know how to do it right, and they can do something so terribly mean if you read it on paper, but the way they do it, you can tell they're not intending to be that hurtful. I got a buddy like that.
It's all in the delivery.
Oh yeah, he can say the most awful things, and he's thrown some stuff at me before about like very recent tragedies in my family or something, and he can make it funny, and I can tell he's not trying to be a jerk.
You've got to have the skill set, because it is all in the delivery. That's the difference between a bar fight and a good joke once in a while. So anyway, this report says every friend group tends to have one person who gets it worse than others. And although Josh and I just said we think it's fairly evenly spread, we also said, yeah, there's one or two that get the brunt of it.
I had mentioned that it was kind of like Josh, where it was evenly spread around. But now that I think about it more, I wasn't considering myself. I'm probably the one who gets the most in my friend group.
Oh, I can picture that.
Because I do make it very, very easy.
I can picture that.
You have a lot of quirky interests.
I do.
Grown man can't walk into every house party and every bar dressed head to toe in Buffalo Bills gear without getting his friggin' balls snapped now and again. Now, this report goes on to say that, be careful. Because you can take it too far. And it does have an effect if that one or two punching bag takes a few too many licks. And you try to be careful. It depends on how long you've known each other. Often it depends on how many beers you've had, on how careful you are.
There's been quite a few times where my husband has a message typed out to one of his buddies, and he's like, "Is this too mean?" And I have to say, yeah, that's not coming off the way you think it is.
It's good that
you gotta fix that.
It's good that he's got you there watching over his shoulder, I suppose, without maybe he could have hit send and lost a pal.
Yep.
If it wasn't for you.
Like add an LOL or a laughing face, something in there.
I got to tell you about the one ball busting joke that really made everyone go, "Oh, Jesus." And it was up at BIR. I mean, that is maybe where we are at our worst.
Sure.
When we go to Brainerd for the drag races, and it's a mix of older guys and younger guys. The older guys are in their 50s. The younger guys are 20s into their 30s. And so it's this nonstop, forgive me because I lose track of the terms, Gen X versus Boomer type thing, but it covers everything. We bust each other's balls relentlessly up there. It's probably as bad as it gets, everything from your appearance to whatever. Well, we're up there a few years ago, and one of my pals had just recently had something terrible happen. He accidentally killed his own dog.
Oh.
He had a golden retriever. He had a golden retriever that got very sick, and he took it to the vet, and the vet gave him all the medication the dog needed. Well, this friend of mine didn't pay attention to the meds he was giving the dog, and he overdosed the dog, and the dog died. Maybe only a couple of weeks had gone by. Okay? This was a horrible thing. A horrible thing.
Absolutely.
He felt terrible about it. Was his own fault. I mean, you can't blame anybody but him. He was distracted by this. He overdosed his own dog, and it died. 2 weeks later, we're up at BIR, and this guy with the newly dead dog sees a golden retriever up there, and we were driving around the campground, and he said to the driver, "Hey, pull over real quick. I want to go meet this golden retriever." And the driver says, "Well, don't kill this one."
No.
And everyone in the vehicle, after all the jokes all weekend long, everyone laughing, there was silence. And the dude who had the newly dead dog kind of looked back. It was not a friendly look he gave. That was one where I said, okay, maybe that one went a touch too far. Don't overdose this one, he says.
See, I would have been the only one that kind of let out a giggle to try to help the guy. I would feel awkward.
Ashley, we waited about 1 minute. The hand was turning on the clock, and after about 1 minute of silence, then I laughed.
All right, good. I figured you would be the one, yeah.
You like to do that.
I couldn't help it.
You like that bit.
Yeah, I like mean jokes.
I mean, like leaving hanging. Like leave something there.
Yes, I do like a little bit of silence.
The awkwardness of it all.
The awkwardness of it all. All right. So be careful, Ball busting is fun. Lots of fun.
I had checked my my phone a second ago while we were having this conversation, and I had already had my ball busted by my family before we even had this conversation.
What are they on your case about now?
So I told you guys before, I had a blast on Friday. I went out to Lano Equipment in Shakopee, and they let me drive a skid loader. And I haven't been behind the operating controls, whatever you call them, of a skid loader for almost 30 years, right? And it was a blast. And so I joked.
The magic was back right when you got behind the wheel.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. And like even one of our coworkers was out there. We were hanging out, and she's like, "Hey, you weren't that bad." We all expected me to fail quite miserably, including myself. But they took a video of it, which I didn't realize at first. Once I was in there, I noticed they were taking a video, and so I sent it to my older kids, and said, "Hey, look, I am now the manliest guy you know.
Yeah.
I operated this."
Right.
And in the video, this is what I mean about how observant people can be. In the video, one of them said, yeah, you're so manly, the guy had to open the door for you. So, yes, he did open the door to get me in it.
That's a weak joke.
Oh, I thought that was pretty good.
When Josh showed me the video, I saw that too, and I was like, oh, I'm going to make fun of him for that, but he's so proud of this video.
That's what makes it perfect. I was so proud.
You're supposed to know how to open the door on a piece of machinery you haven't seen in 30 years?
He was opening the door for the lady. That's what he was doing there.
Let me send out I'm going to send out the same message I've been sending out to Josh's family for years. Without him, you would be living in a spider hole, okay? A spider hole. And it's time you show some respect to the man who saved you.
I don't think that's how it went, but it's a pretty funny way to describe it.
We're talking about bros, hard as nails. Ain't nothing going to make us crack. Right, bros?
Of course.
Here are the top 20 movies that make dudes cry. All right, 20-1. Top 20 movies that make dudes cry. Number 20, Gladiators.
Oh, for sure.
Number 19, The Iron Claw. Yeah, because I wanted my friggin' money back. Terrible movie. Absolutely awful.
I'm excited to see if my husband's crying movie is on here.
Number 18, Warrior. Never saw it. Top 20 movies that make dudes cry. 17, Logan. Never saw it.
Oh, really? Not that you haven't seen it, but that movie? I haven't seen it either, but isn't that the Wolverine movie?
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that was Wolverine. I don't know what's sad about that one.
16, I Am Legend.
Oh,
it's got to be.
Don't even talk about that movie.
15, E.T.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that when I was very little, and I bawled.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Like I told you before, I was rooting for the government.
Yeah. You wanted to see what was in that guy.
I was in the third row of the theater on opening night screaming, crack him open! Let's find out what makes him tick! Kill him! Kill him! 14, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
13, Field of Dreams. That movie sucks.
Yeah, I didn't cry at that one.
12, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
I don't like that when Ricky dies.
No, that's tough.
Number 11, Terminator 2. I don't like it when Arnold's character dies. Number 10, The Iron Giant. Never saw it.
Oh,
Number 9, Frequency. Never saw it.
Frequency.
Number 8, The Green Mile. That movie was hilarious. Number 7, The Shawshank Redemption.
I mean, that's a great movie. I don't think I'd cry, though.
Number 6, Bravehearts. 5, Good Will Hunting. Never saw it.
Oh, it's excellent.
Again, great movie, but don't cry.
Okay, people are. I won't spoil it, but people are texting in why people cried during Logan, and I could see why.
Yeah,
I had no idea. I
don't know that one.
Thinking in a superhero movie, why would you cry? But I get it now.
4, Clicks.
The Adam Sandler movie?
Oh, Click.
Oh,
Oh,
Click.
my gosh, that
Yeah.
makes me bawl my eyes out.
Yeah.
I got a little choked up in that one.
Makes me want to just spend years with my dad without any interruptions.
I saw it. I remember Clicks. Number 3, Interstellar. Never saw it.
Yeah.
What's that one about? Space travel?
It's yeah.
They go to
it's
the moon?
like time. It's really trippy.
Time is flowing like a river. What band? That was Alan Parsons Project. We're talking about the movies that make dudes cry. Number 2 is Armageddon's. Are you friggin' kidding me?
Oh yeah, I got choked up at the very end with
Oh,
that
for
handshake.
Christ's sake.
Permission to shake the hand of the father
Stop
of the
it.
greatest man on earth.
Stop it. That movie was a mistake from the get-go.
Movie's awesome.
Number 1 is Fast and the Furious Part 7, the one where they said goodbye to Paul Walker's character after he died in real life.
That was rough.
A friend of mine once offered me $20 if I could describe the ending of Fast 7 without crying, and I did not win that bet.
Never saw any of them. And yes, whenever we have one of these conversations, a lot of people text in and say, what about this? What about that? Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid. Well, I love Pat Morita so much, so even when I just see Pat Morita, I don't cry, but I certainly feel something. I love that man. Why there aren't any Rocky movies in here is beyond me. Why Miracle isn't in here is beyond me. And you dummies, Tombstone. Thanks for always being there, Doc. How that's not in here, I have no idea.
A few people are texting in on the movie Up.
Oh, God, the first 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Just destroys you.
That's a good one, too.
Never.
I don't think I've ever actually watched the whole movie because I'm just so spent after the first 10, 15 minutes of it.
It gets better. It makes you feel better. Have you guys ever seen The Notebook?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I don't remember it, though.
It's like a it's made for, it's like a chick flick.
It's a Nicholas Sparks book that was turned into a movie.
Yeah, very romantic movie, and I never saw it until I met my husband, and he was like, I cry at this movie every time we have to watch it. And I thought, all right, who's the woman in this relationship again? All right, I'll watch it. I didn't shed a tear. I felt so heartless.
Oh, really?
And I was like kind of trying to cry because I felt bad. And
I think I fell in and out of sleep. I don't remember much about it.
I could tell that I knew what the ending was going to be within like the first 5 minutes. I think that really ticked him off.
Oh, yeah, you know the old people are going to kick the bucket in the end.
Isn't that like the ultimate chick flick? I thought when people
that
joke
and
about
Top Gun.
When they joke about chick flicks, they always mention The Notebook.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That came out the summer, I think, going into my senior year. I saw it in the theater 4 times with 4 different girls.
Not a boy.
How's that possible?
That's not right.
No.
Finally, a listener
Was this like a big brother, little sister type of thing? That type of program? Are the cops aware of this information?
F you, Disney. One of our listeners has texted in.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they're good at that, aren't they?
It is kind of crazy how many traumatic deaths happen in those classic Disney movies.
If you're a parent in a Disney movie, goodbye.
Yeah, you're gone.
Yeah, Bambi. I remember Bambi.
Lion King kills me.
Never saw it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think I watched this one either. The Lady and the Tramp. Anyway, one of our listeners says, what makes me cry is the scene in Lady and the Tramp when Trusty gets hit by the wagon and Jock is howling because he thinks Trusty is dead. Anyone know that someday?
I've never actually seen it. Just
I'm glad I don't.
Just, the spaghetti thing. I've seen that clip many times, but other than that, I've never seen it.
Try to keep it under control, boys. You know what it is that I'm saying to you?
I'm aware.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Is it really the end of the show already? Oh, my gosh. I thought we still had a lot more time.
You thought we had some more time?
Oh, that's fantastic.
We're good. That'll do it for the Half-Assed Morning Show on a Monday. We'd really appreciate if you come back tomorrow. Show kicks off at 5:40. And as always, if you missed anything, you can check out the 93X podcast. Everybody have a great Monday. Hey, podcast pals. It's Dana from the Half-Assed Morning Show. As always, we appreciate you checking on the podcast, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. The July heat means it's officially swass and crotch soup season. Gross! It also means our AC units are being put to the test. I recently went through an issue myself, and I was so happy to have my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning in my corner. They gave me real options, didn't make me feel like a dummy for not knowing a single thing about HVAC systems, and let me choose what worked best for my home and my budget. No pressure, just comfort my way. Enjoy the show, thanks for listening, and stay cool this summer with Standard.